All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible weekend. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. A little cold this morning. I had an interesting morning. I was supposed to go for some blood tests this morning, and we have an interesting system that's developed around here. We have to go to a clinic, and they don't really care about your time. So the clinic opens at 7 a.m. The clinic opens at 7 a.m., but you've got to show up, like, if you want to actually get in at a reasonable time, you gotta show up at like 6:30, and you stand in line at minus 20 outside the door. So I stood in line for about half an hour outside the door at minus 20 degree temperatures and got in, and I was like 8th in line, and they said it's going to be an hour and a half. Only an hour and a half? Like, I got here half an hour before you open. How long? It's a blood test. Like, you know, but there's like one guy working there. So he had to do the front desk and do all the blood tests. And I'm like, I got to get here. So give me my stuff back. I aborted. So basically I wasted.
Unacceptable.
I spent half an hour outside and half an hour inside. And there was an hour of my time I'll never get back. And I got nothing for it.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Yeah. This goes into all the men's health. No, it's not just free healthcare. It happens here too, Ben. At least where I'm from in New Jersey, and it's usually for blood work because everybody wants to get in the morning, right? Because you have to do it fasting, I believe, right?
Well, that's right, because you got to fast for the blood test. So, like, I don't care. I'll fast all day, but yeah, it's it is maybe a side effect of having the free. But even I asked him, like, can I pay a premium and I'll just get in first? And he's like,
it's not happening. It's not happening.
I thought I'd ask. Money talks sometimes. You know, maybe I could like just slip him $40 and he'll get me into the top of the line. But
yeah.
Anyways. All right. Anyways, that aside.
Yeah. Let's get to it. Let's see a quick look at it.
Interesting weekend and an unfortunate weekend with some shootings out there. And
speaking of, man, we are so ruined. First of all, it's again, this is not a positive thing, but it doesn't shock us anymore. Like before, I remember maybe like 15, 20 years ago, it's like a shooting at a school. What? It's unheard of. Now it's like, oh, another shooting. Okay, where? The first. And actually, you know what shocked me more than all of this, than the actual news headlines? That happened in Australia. I was like, Australia? What? This is U.S. type stuff, right? Unfortunately, that's how messed up we are, that we're so used to hearing this here. When I saw Australia, I'm like, whoa, that's new. So our hearts go out to those people, man. It's just a shame. And some videos that came out, I saw the video of the guy tackling the gunman from the side. That was
watching that right now. Yeah,
that was wild, man. So father and son, man.
It's crazy stuff.
What drives people? The father was 54, son was 24. Father was 50, son was 24.
Father and son. I know.
It's just wild, man. Just wild. All right, let's get some more positive, lighter topics here. Is our gappers list, which, by the way, up this morning. Tons of stuff in the green and nothing in the red, man. So we're feeling pretty good as far as our gappers list goes this morning. And let's dive in to see what's going on here. Before we do that, Peter, U.S. economic calendar, what we got going on for today?
Not much. Actually, we have the, as you see there, the Empire State Manufacturing Index was just an indication of New York-based manufacturers and how they're performing. That number just came out, and it was negative 3.9. So I didn't have a forecast on this earlier, but it looks like the forecast was 10. This is all like a relative scale. So negative 3 point basically means that manufacturing is contracting versus growing in New York at the last report. I honestly don't know how relevant this is. I mean, it's not good, I guess, if you're a New York State manufacturer. But other than that, from a broad market perspective, I don't think this has much impact. And that's it. We really have nothing else. There's a couple of Fed speakers, but that's not. They're not likely to move the market whatsoever. So we can just watch the couple of things that might be moving this morning. I notice it's pretty quiet out there. So I don't know what to read into that, Carlos. I mean, I'm expecting us to have sort of a better trading week this week than we've had in the past. Now that that rate decision is behind us, which is the big thing that we were watching last week, of course, and it came out as anticipated. So I don't know. I'm hoping for a better week, but so far it's looking a little quiet, a little sluggish to get started. Maybe the cold. People got to do some jumping jacks. The market's got to do a push up or two. Get ready.
It is cold, man. I came out the house this morning, it was 18 degrees, and I look over in the backyard. So I'm walking out, and there's this rabbit. This rabbit is just sitting on the snow, and he's not moving. He's just chilling. I'm like, man, you are tough. You are tough to just be sitting on the snow, not moving at 18 degrees. Yeah, you're something else. All right, let's see here, friend. Let's get to it. Our gappers list this morning. Oh, it's just wild, man. Can you find a cave or something? Make it 10 degrees hotter? Just out there in the open with the wind? Oh, boy. You think you're tough. No, 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 no. All right, here it is. KYTX. First on the list this morning. We are up 33% this morning. 3.2 million shares trade, as you can see here. So it is definitely in play. Float on this one is 21 million shares float, Peter. So any news that might be tradable? Got going pretty early last night, drop, and now back up again.
Well, it's a Monday, and this is a biotech, so you probably know what that means. It means that they have a drug trial that is going relatively well. The phase 2 results for Mivcell, which is a uh, hmm? in stiff person syndrome. I sorry, I had to read that a couple of times to make sure. Is that what it really says? I don't know. What is stiff person syndrome? You let all of your crude jokes go now. But anyways, I don't know what this is. But anyways, they're developing developing a drug for it, and it's going well in phase 2.
No,
It's gotta be.
I say first time I heard of a stiff
I
person. I mean,
stiff
that sounds
stiff.
unalive. That sounds like you're unalive. That's when you become really stiff.
It
I, yeah,
sounds. It doesn't sound good, but I don't. Yeah.
yeah, sounds weird. It's a brew disease. All right, so Brewing 5000 must have heard about it. I never heard about it, so I can only imagine what it is. So,
Oh my
all right,
God.
friends, let's continue here. Are you looking at pictures, Peter, on Google? That's
Oh
usually
my
can get
God.
pretty bad.
Yeah. It's like it's like a degenerative disease where your muscles they harden so that they'll just no longer move. Like literally, well, as Sarisa, you basically petrify slowly. Oh my
Oh,
God. Can you
that's
imagine? Like
your
it's
entire
got
body
no known
cramps.
treatments.
That's
That
wild.
sounds horrible. Anyways, all
That's
right.
wild. A couple people saying Celine Dion has that. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, that's brutal. Um.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Sounds very painful. Here it is in play. How tradable it's going to be, I'm not sure. It is a low float ticker, so you got to be really careful on this one, friends. Again, we've seen tickers like this get the news, they pop up and then they come back down. So just be very careful. I don't like it. Won't be on my list today. Let's look at IMNM this morning, and we are up 25%, 1.2 million shares traded. I feel like we've seen this ticker before, but maybe not. But it is up today here, up 25%, 75 million shares flow. So it's not a low flow stock, but it seems like some kind of medicine type company, Peter, given the name.
Oh yeah, we've seen this one before. It's been a while though. Immunome. Anyways, yes, they've got a drug called, oh my God, Varigasostat. Oh my God, rolls off the tongue that Varigasostat. Okay.
My
Anyways,
goodness.
it apparently is working on desmoid tumors, and they had positive phase 3 results. So this is an even later stage trial, and they're looking to submit it in mid next year for FDA approval for broad release. So good news for Immunome. And yeah, this is not quite a low float. They have 89 million shares, it looks like, in their float, but it's probably going to trade like one. Um, yeah, I can't imagine trading this. No.
Yeah, we'll continue to move on here, friends. Again, so beautiful gap up list as far as numbers here, nice and clean, nothing in the red. But man, these tickers are not anything are going to make our list, and it does not seem like it's going to get any better. So let's continue here. GLSI, this morning up 22% right now, 1.8 million shares traded. Another low flow on the list this morning, and just again, initial pop all the way from 12 to about 28, now sliding back down to 13. So be careful on this one. I don't like it, Peter. I'm going to leave this alone as well.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good decision. It's Monday, so another biotech, Greenwich Life Services, a phase 3 trial of something called this. I can actually say Flamingo 01. Anyways, this is breast cancer treatment, and they're getting positive trial results.
Yeah, it's just no good, man. All right, let's see. We'll find something, friends. If not, we're going to our usual suspects list, which, by the way, treated us so well on Friday. So I'm looking forward to today's action, see what kind of moves we can get today. ARBB is next. And if you look at this, we have more low floats on here. More low floats. All of these 1.2, 4.8 coming off. The tradingterminal.com. I was going to say interactive brokers, but no, this is tradingterminal.com. And then the rest are a little bit larger flows. So let's get through these low flows, see what we have here, and see if anything is actually tradable with some news. This one out here is ARBB, up 20%, 952,000 shares traded. Daily looks just atrocious, and so does the pre-market action. So again, another one that we're going to chop real quick and move forward with. So Peter, anything you like on this?
It's got no news behind it, and I don't know who names these things. This is ARBIOT Group. Why did you do that? Anyways, ARB, I assume IoT stands for Internet of Things, which if it does, then they're old, and I don't see any news for it, so we can just move right past it.
Yeah. And the next one right after that is going to be VOR. So VOR this morning we are up 5.1, 256,000 shares traded. Also one that does not look great. We had this last week too. I think last week it made our list. It was gapping up on some days here. So it did make our list. It has some volume. Didn't really watch how it traded. But again, another low flow ticker on deck this morning. Again, just not my cup of tea, man. I'm going to be skipping this as well.
Yeah, this one's actually a private placement with a board seat. They've issued a private placement of about 13.8 million shares, $150 million worth, and granted them a seat on their board. So, not the type of thing we normally trade.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt in chat, IRBT is in some trouble. I saw the headline this morning of the Interactive Brokers news tag there. And yeah, man, they're filing for bankruptcy. So if you look at this, they were in play all last week. Some moves here going from like 1.5 to $5. We actually watched, they made our list. I think it was Thursday or Friday made our list. And today I saw a report like at 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning, they're filing for bankruptcy. So big drop all the way down to 75 cents. As you can see here, trying to recover now, but this kind of stuff is not tradable.
Wow.
Yeah. And the only reason it's not in our gap down list, friends, is because we don't look at anything under $5. So this wouldn't make it. Again, I'm not a big fan of stocks that trade under $5. And again, I don't think this is tradable. So be very, very careful on this one today. And they're filing bankruptcy and they're going private.
Yeah, they've had a tumultuous history here. So apparently, yeah, they're going private. So they're going to be rescued by a private investor. In a couple of years ago, Amazon said that they were going to buy them, but they called that deal off last year. So I guess that was going to be their lifeline. Amazon blamed what they called undue and disproportionate regulatory hurdles in the European Union, which could be true. The European Union has been known to put some pretty strict restrictions on things, but you know what? They're not the only jurisdiction to do that. It happens. Anyways, they've been surviving apparently off of the termination fee that Amazon paid them, which was about $94 million when they had to terminate that deal last year, and the money's run out, and now they're saying we just can't survive. So increased competition. I guess all those knockoff robots. I guess it makes sense. How hard can it be to duplicate that technology? It looks like, and we know that China's got a proud and long history of stealing and copying technology. So looks like they've done it and they've pushed iRobot to the brink of bankruptcy.
Yeah, look at that, man. So, in play today, as far as movement and volume, 37 million shares traded in the pre-market. But again, this is you're almost gambling on this one if you decide to trade. So be very, very cautious. All right, let's continue. Actually, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna stop here for gappers. Let's, Peter, is there anything you like? There's a lot of garbage here today. Towards the bottom, I do see some better tickers like MU, who, by the way, has earnings this week. So we'll see how that plays out. I believe Wednesday or Thursday. I forget the exact date. TRY continues to move higher. This one actually is very interesting. Again, the news was, to me, was like, okay, why are you gapping up? But it continues to move. It continues to move higher. So here it is, up another 4.8, 1.8 million shares traded. It's the better ones out of all the canopy type tickers that are moving. CGC starting to do some stuff on here as well. Friday had a good day also. So you got a couple of things doing some stuff off the news last week. So not sure how well it's going to trade today, but if they continue like this and they continue to get volume, they might come back into our list, Peter, of being watched for a possible place here. What was your thoughts?
Yeah, it actually traded better than I would have expected. So it was interesting on Friday. One of the ones that we were watching, like you mentioned. This is all on the rumor that President Trump might reclassify marijuana to be a Schedule 3 drug versus what is currently, I think, nationally, federally, it's a Schedule 1 narcotic or drug. So that reclassification would make it basically less of a less serious of a drug, and therefore it could be treated differently. Of course, as we know, it's got different treatments in different states, depending on state legislation. But we've heard this before, so I don't know whether at a federal level they're ready to do it. Maybe. And this could turn on a dime, of course, right? If that rumor changes or if a different statement is made. So look, as long as it gives some tradable opportunity in the short term, then I'm all for the churn. It's like you said, it's going up again today compared to how it went up yesterday or Friday. Sorry. Yeah, it might be worth watching. It's just tough to know. It's tough to know what it's going to do exactly.
Yeah. I like it for a secondary, so I will add it there.
Yeah. Because as you say, the list isn't that robust. We do have earnings, like you pointed out, later this week. Micron is on Wednesday. That's Wednesday after the close. We've got Nike on Thursday after the close. Costco is also on Thursday. A couple other things, but FedEx, BlackBerry, those are all Thursday. So yeah, we're heading to the end of the year, of course, and not a lot is going on from an earnings perspective, nor would I expect it to. Carlos, I'm not sure what to look at today. I noticed Oklo is on the list. We haven't talked about that in a while. It was a darling back in the early fall, right? Late summer, early fall. We were talking a lot about these shrine these uh, ski chalet styled nuclear reactors that they're looking at building. And the stock, if you notice, has come down from almost $200 where it was at the peak at that time down to about half that at about $89 right now. But and it still has okay volume, but not normally in play. But you just never know. Like Friday, if you took it short, you could have just taken it short and happily sat there and watched your profits grow all day as it just dropped all day pretty much. So yeah, I don't know what to think of it. It is gapping up this morning, but this is probably just a little, it looks like it's just a little bounce back from what happened on Friday. And with that relatively significant move down, this is likely to be an inside day. But you could still get some great moves because Friday's move was about $15 wide. So yeah, that's good news on $100 stock. So that might be worth watching. We've got the usual suspects, Carlos, we can watch on Tesla, which is actually moving fairly well right now. So Tesla definitely stays on the list. And and then our good buddies on the semiconductor side. Pick your favorites. I know last week, Nvidia and AMD are the two I always watch. Last week we put a little more attention on Broadcom. because they were making some moves. So Broadcom is actually not looking that bad this morning either. So might be an opportunity. Tough to know, but
Yeah, I am gonna go with some of these plays from Fridays and the usual suspects. AVGO, man, was incredible. This was our trade last week, and man, what a drop! It just kept going. And even after I was all out, it wasn't done. Was not done selling off. From there, we got another big drop lower. I mean, it was just highway to hell on this one. And many tickers, I know you took, was it AMD or Nvidia? I think it was AMD you took as well. Went down to like 2 something. Yeah, I think it was AMD that you traded, if I remember. Or was it Nvidia? Yeah, no, I think it was AMD on Friday. But yeah, so great day of trades on Friday. I'm hoping that we can get some of that action today, which again will be very tough. That was on news of inflation. Remember, if you guys remember, and some I forgot the Fed speaker came out. This inflation is still rising, and the market definitely did not like that that headline. All right. So friends, that covers our gap up and down list. Peter, you kind of went over some stuff that we might end up watching. I want to look at MU because I know it's on the list here, and you guys are mentioning it. I mean, I'd rather trade other semiconductors, right? I think MU can be in play, but the thing that happens is when MU is moving well, you look at Nvidia, you look at AMD, and you're probably going to find the same similar move with better volume, better liquidity, right? So I'm just gonna go with that. AMD and Nvidia are just awesome for this. MU is kind of like my third type play here when it comes to these semis. So I won't watch them today. Maybe later this week when they do get earnings, that'll be a good one to keep an eye on after earnings if they surprise us with something. But other than that, Nvidia and AMD are really the go-tos here for me at least, right? So
yeah, interestingly, two different analyst organizations have increased their targets to Micron, thinking they're going to hit about $300. Last week, Wolf Research did. This week, HSBC Securities increased their price target. So I don't know. Some of the analysts think that there's still upside growth on it, but you know how I feel about analysts generally. So
yeah. Yeah, I know where that can go. Spread has increased from the past, as Luis Felipe. Yes, it has. On MU you're talking about. If you're talking about MU, yes, I agree. It has definitely increased. I mean, this used to be $40 stock, friends, right? I mean, when we were trading it back when, it was a $40 stock. Since then, much higher. And yes, the spread has definitely. It's not better than like an Nvidia and AMD, right? So yeah. All right, Peter, that's the gap up. As far as gap down, I don't have anything. Do you have anything you like that might be gapping down, like AVGO right now going red?
Yeah, Broadcom just went red. I mean, it was sitting right on the border there, and then 30 seconds ago it decided to drop. Other than that, how about Oracle? Oracle was one that we just took a look at again last week, only because they had earnings, if you recall, and it was a relatively disappointing showing, and they had that drop. Was it Thursday? I think it was Wednesday night was the earnings, and then Thursday morning they opened lower. I don't know whether it's likely to be heavily in play today, but it doesn't look horrible pre-market. But it's not great, but it's not horrible. So it's sort of on the edge. If you like it, then maybe you want to put it on your list. Gapping down, most things are sort of green this morning. I noticed that a lot of the crypto related stocks are gapping lower this morning. Let's just take a peek here at Bitcoin prices. It looks like Bitcoin is sitting at $89,500 right now, and it's had a pretty sort of quiet weekend. It did dip as low as about 88,000, or just below 88, 87.7. It looks like it hit, but it's hanging out below the $90,000 mark pretty much all weekend. So not a great showing for that, and it explains why Mara, MSTR, Clean Spark are all gapping lower, but not. I don't think I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to trade them. So
Yeah,
that's about it.
nah.
Not a lot on the gap down list, Carlos, but that I'm not worried about that particularly. It's interesting that for the most part things are pushing a little bit higher, and
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah, especially on some of our usual suspects. I'm looking at Tesla, friends. Tesla is just on fire. It has been on fire for a couple of days too. Like if you look at it on Friday, what a great trading stock Friday, man. Popped up, then sold off real nice below the VWAP after everything started selling off. But Tesla really wanted to be strong on Friday into the news took more of a sour turn here. But I'm going to have it on my list. Definitely, it is one front and center this morning. Looking pretty nice. Great pre-market action. And it has given us beautiful intraday action. And the other one I have on here is AVGO for right now. That one traded very well yesterday. I don't think we're going to get that type of sell-off again. Look, I keep saying yesterday, but yesterday is Friday. Right, last trading day. So here it is. Beautiful drop-off. Gap down and sold off even further. Today, try to gap up and just, again, right back in the red. Have it on my list as well. And then my secondary list as we go through this is TLRY. That is all we came off from our gappers list. And this was more of a, it can get bumped off pretty easily. I mean, it's here. It's still up this morning. 3.4 with some good volume, and it actually did trade okay on Friday, right? They give you a nice breakout. It took a bit to get going, but they eventually break out to the upside on Friday. All right, friends, let's see what you guys like this morning. Let's go to our chat room first. Oracle, AVGO. Yes, we did talk about MU. Again, I'd rather watch Nvidia or AMD, which I probably will add to this list as we move forward. Again, there's nothing. Wrong one. Nvidia, missing a D there. NVDA. So not much going on right now. Slightly up, a little bit of volume. Same with AMD. So again, not much happening. Same with MU. They're all just sitting right there, slightly up this morning, but not really much taking place at the moment. Netflix. Yeah, Netflix has been making some noise lately. How's that deal going with them? Anybody won yet? That Warner Brothers situation?
No What's updates. I haven't heard anything about that. So looks like they're still figuring out what to do in the background. So
all right, so it's here. I don't know how well it's going to trade. Could be a good secondary list. Is what I'm thinking here. So secondary for now, and if any news breaks out, this can definitely get going one way or the other. All right, let's continue. Tesla we have on deck already, so that's good. You could trade TSLA as well as many of you guys in chat have been trading that one. So good job there. Let's take a look at Google as well. And again, not really in play. Slightly up this morning. Little volume, which is typical Google type pre-market, right? They don't give you a whole lot. This is Friday's pre-market action, right? If you look at this alone, you're like, this garbage is this garbage. This stock is garbage, right? There's nothing happening. But news breaks out of the possible inflation and this and that, and look how well you trade into the market open. So you can't really go a lot by the pre-market activity. Today looks almost exactly the same. Again, not a whole lot going on. It almost looks like these guys trade in the New York Stock Exchange, right? Just no volume in the pre-market. Everything comes in after the bell. And it does need some kind of news or market sell-off or pop for it to get going. So I'm not going to have it on my list, but if you guys see something great on it, please call it out. I don't see anything spectacular in play this morning. Open is next. Let's take a look at that one. So a couple of you guys mentioning Open this morning. Just wondering why. Is it the volume? 3.7, 2.2 million. It is a very difficult stock to trade. If you watch this stock before and you look at the the intraday action at the open, it is just weird, man. It's like a choppy type price action, Peter. I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't trade very fluid. I don't know if it's because it's a lower stock and they get volume. Like these guys, they push a lot of volume through, but their intraday price action is not ideal for me. Not the way I like to trade. So I'm gonna keep it off my list. Is there any news on it? I see a couple of people mention it today. I see at least 3 different people mention this one. Usually when you guys do that, there must be something you're watching that I'm not seeing. But again, just overall price action, man. It's pretty bad. At least that's my take on it. When the bell rings,
they have a couple of moves in their executive suite. Open door. They did appoint the former Coinbase Canada CEO Lucas Matheson as a president in the company and promoted an insider, Christy Schwartz, to CFO. So a couple of people getting new jobs over there, but that's about it.
Can you go on Open Door and talk about Open Door? Is this Open Door like the HR thing or no? What is this? Is this that Open Door?
Open Door
or something else? Open Door Technology.
I don't know. They're listed as a real estate services. I think it's not. This is
That's something else.
they're like a real estate reseller. It's sort of like an online way to sell your house.
Online selling your house. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Oh, that's right. I'm confusing it with Glassdoor. Glassdoor is the one
Glassdoor. Oh, that's what you're
that
thinking of. Okay,
that's
I
what
was
I'm
trying
thinking
to.
about.
I knew what you
Yeah, yeah.
meant, but I didn't actually click that it was the wrong name.
I
Yeah.
didn't connect the names neither until right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Glassdoor it is. So, well, Glassdoor. Can you go on Glassdoor and talk about Glassdoor? Is that is that okay? Is that something you can do? That's, oh man, it's probably get blocked by their AI algos or something. All right. Okay, friends, let's continue. What else we have? So again, not much coming off the list today. Hood. Let's take a look at that one. Here is Hood, my friends. What do we have? It is up 1%, 245,000 shares traded. This sell off last week, Thursday and Friday. So you did get a bit of a sell-off here, but again, we have so many other great moves. So I don't see anything spectacular on it, so it won't go on the list. We'll have to wait for the market open to see if anything great comes off of that. So that's Hood. And I think I got everyone. Let's check one more time. Am I missing anyone? Nvidia is shooting up. Yeah, we'll add Nvidia to the list. Yeah, I'm gonna go usual suspects today, right? Because there's not a whole lot going on as far as individual tickers. So Nvidia, I'm gonna add on there. I will probably look at AMD as well. Good morning, Andrews in chat on YouTube. Good morning, good morning. And yeah, I do like Nvidia as well. And how about PLTR? PLTR starting to move now. Yeah, I like PLTR. I'm gonna go with my usual suspects here. I'm gonna put PLTR on the secondary list for now, and we'll go from there. Yeah, Andrew saying give us a like. People would really appreciate it. How are we sitting here on the likes? The boss is in the building, so give us a like. So else we're gonna disconnect this show. 100 likes. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. For 551, that's okay. That's okay. But a little more would be nicer. All right, let's see. I think we're good to go, man. Peter, anything you like before we go to our community events and announcements?
Just the usual. I think we already covered it, so yeah, don't need to belabor it.
All right, let's do it. All right, friends, you can always head over to bearwithtraders.com, get tons of information in regards to trading, plus what's happening for the next 2 weeks. So over at bearwithtraders.com. Hold on, why is my monitor's not working for the websites? But I'm going to try to bring this over here. So yeah, bearwithtraders.com, friends. Click on webinar so you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Peter will take you through that.
Yeah, well, let's talk about what's happening today because it is a Monday, which means we get to welcome all the new members that have joined and really give an opportunity for people to sort of get themselves reoriented and get value out of not only their membership but out of their trading journey. So we're going to start today with at noon. Nathan does a session on how to use what we're calling Order Map or Atlas. The Atlas tool in Trading Terminal is a great, great tool. And Carlos and I have started using it very actively here in the mornings, haven't we, Carlos? And,
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's helped our trading. It really gives you it's another tool in the toolbox, another way to visualize order volume and really understand how you can take advantage of that. And if you're interested, then you want to join Nathan. That's in the webinar room for our elite members. But it's not the only thing that you can do. You can at tonight, if you're new to the community, you can join Carlos in the onboarding session. That onboarding session is one that is really great for new members or anybody that just wants to sort of get a feel for how they can sort of get the most out of their membership here at Bearable Traders. We not only talk about, sort of the community and what you can get there, but about, trading tips, how to get started, how to, coordinate yourself, how to get oriented, all that stuff is there. And it's a great place to get questions answered. So ask and answer questions in that session. Sometimes you don't want to do it in the full chat room, although you're welcome to any time. But if you don't want to, if you want a more private, session where you can sort of focus on those questions, then consider that onboarding session, which is 8 o'clock tonight in the onboarding room for all membership classes. Also make a mention of the fact in January, we sometimes do live events. Andrew is actually going to be live in Las Vegas at the Money Show. And this is coming up. If you got our newsletter on the weekend, then you would be aware of this. But it's February the 24th. Well, actually, it's actually a couple of days he's going to be there. He has a whole schedule of events, the 24th and 25th. Andrew's got 3 different sessions. It's going to be live trading. You could be there with him and trade live. You could also attend his live sessions that he's going to be doing as part of the Money Show, and he's going to showcase Atlas as well as a couple other things, and share his knowledge in person. So if you're in or around Vegas, or heck, want to make a trip of it, consider Vegas in February. Right now, as I look out my window and see all this snow, Vegas in February sounds pretty good. So maybe that's a good place to be. So consider it. February the 24th. Check out the Money Show, moneyshow.com, and you can get more information about that and Andrew's visit there, and the other speakers, of course, that are there as well, but none as important as Dr. Aziz. So
yeah,
check it out.
All right, excellent.
And if you want to join our community, don't forget, you can always go to bearbulltraders.com, the place to get all the information about the community, and check out the various membership classes, everything from the intro offer right through. Carlos, is all like zoomed in, by the way, on the screen. We're only seeing part of it.
It's my monitor's acting up, man. Actually, I'm doing something to get around it.
All right, it's all funky.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so yeah, pick whichever one you want. We've got different membership options, and it's great to trade as part of a community. So strongly consider it, because it certainly will add to your trading journey. All right. With that being said, Carlos, we've got a couple of levels to set. We've got I like these opens. I know I say it all the time, but things aren't moving. That doesn't worry me. It just means that we could get some better moves a little bit later. The open, you might have to be a little more particular about the stuff that you pick. So
yeah, agreed. All right, excellent. Let's take a look here, friends, on what's going on. Is your monitor browser? No, it's not that. It's the link from the monitor that shares it. The second monitor is not working for some reason. So I try to sneak it into this little section here, so that's why it looks so zoomed in, because this is very small right here. It looks big on your side, but this is like the size of my hand, so I try to put it in this so it look like that. All right, so all right, friends, let's get in there. Look at Tesla, looking beautiful today, man. What a nice pre-market activity, with your high of your pre-market being set just a couple of minutes ago at 470.45. So we'll put a level there. And if you look at the bigger picture on the daily, highs and lows for the last 2 traders are doing a great job towards the bottom. I'm not going to worry too much about the low of the day. Low of the pre-market, we'll look at that some other time, because here you have the big level, which is the previous day close. That's going to be a little bit more important for me there. So towards the top, if we continue, is this like this is close to 52-week high? Oh yeah, we are at 52-week high.
We're close.
We're close. We're right there.
We're close, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We're like inches away here. We got it high over at 474.10, so we're gonna mark that down. And then last time we had a nice run here all the way in September, October, November. We lost some ground, recovering here in December. And if we keep going, we have another level all the way at 483.23, and then right up here around 488.09. So again, Tesla has been just on fire. Even after this drop here, has recovered nicely, and then looking to break some of these areas of resistance we had previously. So looking good there. Great activity. AVGO also feeling some weakness. Friday got crushed there. Nice sell-off, and the sell-off on AVGO started well before the announcements of the possible inflation, right? Like out of the gates, this thing started selling down. Tesla actually started going higher. If you guys remember that Tesla had a beautiful long play, then it gave everything away. AVGO is quite different. I mean, from the beginning, it just started dropping here, and it's not having fun. So again, I like the way you trade on that day. I'm gonna see if today we can get another opportunity. 358.21 is the low of the pre-market. Below that, we do have the lows from 2 trading days ago, as you can see here. Friday, right there. And then right below that, we have another level, which is going to be right in this area. 351.09 looks great. And then below that, over at 346.94. Towards the top, in case we do try to recover here and head higher, even go into the green, we do have 363.55. So that's good. And then right over here, we do have 370.92. So They were this on AVGO. All right. Peter, what's the news on this? Was it earnings? They missed. It's the one that missed by like 1% or something.
Yeah,
Was it
remember
this one?
they only grew 14% instead of 15, I
Yes.
think it was, or something like that, or
Oh
no, or
mercy.
was that
Rough crowd.
was
Was
it
it this one?
Oracle? I can't
That
remember
was
now.
was that Oracle? Who was the one that missed by like a percent and they're just getting destroyed? I can't remember which one it was. I thought it was AVGO, but could be wrong.
Yeah,
All right.
that maybe was Oracle, but they did have earnings. I mean, they did these guys. Anyways, yeah, they're just they were unfairly hit, I think. So yeah, it was Oracle that had the 14 versus 15%. In any event, you're on mute, Carlos.
Sorry about that. Now we're getting to some of our usual suspects, Nvidia and AMD. So let's run into Nvidia right now. 177.95 is the high of the pre-market. The low is going to be down at 176. Once you do that, you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. So you're looking pretty good. There, right over here, we do have an area at 179.67. I think you're set there. And then towards the bottom, we're going to add 2 levels. 173.78 just covered this data over here. And then another one right a little further down, 179.90, 172.90, excuse me. So that's NVIDIA. Again, moving a little higher this morning. AMD is looking very similar as well. Just a little bit of a pop. It's not really in play, not much going on. There's no real volume on AMD right now. Only 373,000 shares traded. But man, this stock can trade very well, as we all know. Towards the top, in case we do get going, 215.89. Towards the bottom, you have the low from Friday right on here. Let's get one more level towards the bottom in case we do decide to go red this morning or this day. 207.7 is a good area. And once we do that, friends, we are set. My secondary list, TRY, PLTR, and Netflix. Peter, what is our team watching this morning? Maybe we can get some ideas from them as well.
Well, it's tough to say because not many have their list in yet. It looks like it's a quiet morning, even for our moderators. So as I start to scan the list, Jared's in with Tesla and Broadcom. He's also going to be watching PLTR and Nvidia. Thor is going to be watching Tesla and AMD. He says, "Go Jags." So there you go. Maybe his focus is a little elsewhere. Mike, back in action from the beautiful Dominican Republic. He's going to be watching AMD and, of course, the scanners. And I've got my list. I'm going to be watching Tesla, the usual Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, as well as PLTR and Oracle. I know with everybody watching Broadcom, maybe I should put it on my list too, but we'll see. I might add it to my list. So
yeah, we definitely got space for today, right? I mean, it's so quiet as far as the list goes.
Yeah, it is pretty quiet.
All right, friends. All right, guys, we're all set. We're ahead of schedule. So anything else we want to look at in the meantime while we wait for our traders, Andrew and Brian, to come and chat and trade live, take the members to the market open. I think we're pretty good for right now, Peter. Anything you like?
Good. I think we're good. Hey, since we have a minute, let's go for a random life observation here. So it's Peter's rant time. Circle around, children. It's time for a story. So this weekend, I decided to put the lights on my Christmas tree because we have a tradition where I put the lights on, but we don't decorate the tree till the kids are home. So they've got to get back, which lately means that we're only decorating the tree like the day before or 2 days before Christmas, right? Because that's when our girls get back into town. But this year, our tree seemed to be especially sappy. And I'll tell you, there is nothing more difficult to get off the human body than tree sap. It is annoying as heck. And when especially when I put all the lights on, and I swear I tested them all and I put them on, and one string just did not work. It refused to work. So I had to go back in there, take that string of lights out and put another one in. It was driving me nuts. So I was so angry and frustrated by the end of it that like I got this tree. It's still, I don't know if you could see that. Like it's still, it just gets all dark and it's all my like it's all over my knuckles and my hands. I can't get it off. It can't go. And I got so frustrated at one point, I was scrubbing my arm and I literally scrubbed the skin off my arm, just trying to get the damn sap out. And when it's in there, the arm hairs too, that hurts. Anyways, I was so angry by the time I was just like, ah, get it off. Took the skin off. So there you
Man,
go.
this tree beat you up pretty good, man.
Oh man, it was frustrating because the sap is like, I understand why, use
Yeah,
gasoline. Yeah, everybody's got like a different trick, right? Like you got to use something that dissolves it properly. I've tried all the industrial cleaners and they don't work. I have to admit, I haven't tried WD-40. That might be something. But the problem is then I'll smell
WD-40.
like
Oh man,
WD-40 for the
we're
next
getting
like 3
serious with
days.
WD-40. That's
Yeah.
a serious
Getting
deal
that
there.
smell off you is that's hard. So
Yeah.
anyways, but so the tree's up, the lights are on. Anyways, it didn't fall down. So at least it's use butter. People are just trying to get me to smear weird things on my body, aren't you? What's going on? Come
What's
on, man.
going on?
Everybody's got a different solution. Turpentine to WD-40 to butter. What the heck? Hand sanitizer. Yeah, so it seems like people are favoring the alcohol-based stuff, but peanut butter. Peanut butter works on gum. I don't know that it works on tree sap. Baby oil? Like, you guys are all over the place.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I don't know about that. I don't know about all these things you guys are bringing up here. There it is.
This is why I
That is
love.
your
This is
Peter
why I love bringing
rant.
stuff up to. No, I love bringing stuff up to the chat room because I'll always get an answer. I don't know whether you guys actually know the answer to things or you just make stuff up to see if I'll actually do it. But it's I just love the fact that it's like my own focus group, always available. So
Yeah, absolutely. That is, friends, your Peter rant for this morning. As we kick off this week, yes, ice does work on gum. I never knew about the peanut butter in gum. That's the first. Never heard that one. So we'll see. All right. Oh, Paris is back. Back in action. There it is. Tesla, Nvidia, AVGO, MU, and TLRY for him this morning. So. All right, excellent. And yeah, so we are in chat. So the question is, are me and Peter in chat? So we are in the chat room, in our members chat for the pre-market session that we're doing now. When we end it here, then Andrew and Brian come on live in the chat room. So if you want to see them trade live, you head over to the chat room, do that intro package just to get in there, see what's going on for a weekend, and you could check those guys out, right? So that's what happens. All right, perfect, friends. All right, we're all set here, friends. We're all ready to go live. I'm just going to put my list together. And then once Andrew and Brian hop in, we'll give the room to them and we will get you through the market open on this really, really cold 18 degrees. Actually, a little warmer now, 21 degrees Monday morning here.
It sounds balmy to me, 21 degrees, but I know you're working in Fahrenheit. What's that in real temperature?
Yeah. In real temperature, I don't know. It should be below. It should be negative. I know you like the negative number. It makes you feel like it's colder, right?
It's negative.
Makes you feel like it's colder. Yeah.
32 is actually 0.
Yeah. NVIDIA. What am I missing here? AMD. 72 in Florida. Listen, if you're in Florida, if you're anywhere in the southern south, 60 above weather, we don't want to know what it is over there. Do not put it in chat.
That's right.
We don't want to know.
Don't tell us.
Yeah, thank you for trying to chime in, but no.
Keep it to yourself.
Yes, keep it to yourself.
All right. I think it's going to be, a decent day. You might have to be a little slower on the open. Let's wait and see what moves. Let's get some decent trades. Tesla seems to have calmed down here after the earlier moves it made.
Oh, nice. Look at this. I want to reset my trade terminal account, because I got flag on leaving stuff open and going past some of the rules. So I'm gonna reset it. But here it is. Andrew announced right now all trade terminal funded account payouts and PCT bootcamp payouts are now paid. So congrats, guys. Check your PayPal account. If you did not receive yours, email him right away and he will take care of you. Yeah, man, that is awesome. That is such a good program. Such a great tool. Definitely check it out, guys. TradeTerminal.com. Check out the funded account. And maybe we'll give one away Wednesday or today. Let's see how Andrew feels. We'll give one funded account. We got a couple of ones we can give away. So maybe for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members, we'll give a free funded account either today or Wednesday. We'll see when Andrew wants to do it. So if you want to join in on that, sign up. Lambos and Garbage Truck members over on YouTube, so you can get a chance to win a free funded account for your Trade Terminal membership. So that is a good one. You can hopefully do very well. All right, perfect. We are set, friends. We're gonna hop off in the chat here. Have a great trading day. Trade safe. And we'll see you a little bit later in the chat room. We'll let Andrew and Brian hop on in here, and we'll hang out with our YouTube friends. Take care, one. Take care, guys. All right, very good. All right, I see Brian is ready to go there. Very nice. Let's get our setup going here. Our 1 minute, our 5 minute.
And we'll I've got my platform open, so I'm ready to go. It's all looking good. It's all looking good. Yeah, wow, look at Andrew's back in the office.
I know. I'm telling you, traveling is great, but once you get back home, there's nothing like your setup at home. Everything is just where it needs to be as far as trading. You know,
well, yeah, because you configured it the way you like.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I got to get a better traveling setup. My setup is not it's not ideal. All right, let's see. All right, very, very good.
Oh, AM, we have funded accounts on both, actually.
Yeah.
You can sign up for a DAS or a trading terminal. They're just slightly different programs, but but we got both.
Let's look at Atlas.
You know, I was reading I like reading car reviews, Carlos. This weekend I was reading a car review, and they were talking about the 10 most disappointing car releases of all time. So these are all cars that were, you know, had big promises and were supposed to be, you know, revolutionary, and then sort of didn't live up to the hype. And anyways, there's a few on there I agree with, a few I'd never heard of. But one that struck my attention was the Lamborghini SUV. Like I said, it sort of just looks and acts like every other SUV out there. It really didn't live up to the Lamborghini name.
The Urus? Thinking,
the Urus. And I'm like, I know somebody with one of those. So
really? Anyways. Oh, okay.
And Andrew's got one. So, and I'm like, well, and I've driven in it. It was an SUV. So
yeah. Well, any car that's not low to the ground, right? Like I driven, let's take even a lower level down, right? I driven in a BMW Coupe, a 3 Series, and the same car in a sedan, and even that is same horsepower, completely different. Completely different. The suspension, everything on the coupe is incredible. The feel. So the minute you start going higher and making more space, it's not the same. Not the same.
No, absolutely. It's and people are pointing out some of the problems, right? One of the reasons why the Lamborghini didn't live up to the hype is because it's mostly Audi parts. So it's not
really.
Yeah, it's like you there's even Audi branding. They didn't even change the branding on a lot of the parts. Like if you go into the trunk and look at the spare tire and things like that, like in the tail lights, you can see the Audi. They just took a whole bunch of parts from it. But anyways, a lot of the SUVs have done the same. So
yeah, I'm sure.
In any event.
Yeah.
In any event. All right, let's get ready here. We got 5 minutes to the open. I'm ready to trade today. I'm hoping that this is going to be a great week. So I'm looking forward to the opportunities. Nvidia is dropping the last couple of minutes. Here's another random rant. I my OS. Anybody have the iPhone OS upgrade? I call it ghost mode because it's changed everything. So everything's like my it's all got this fancy, I don't know what they've tried to do. They've given everything this like faded outlines.
Look. Yeah.
The clear, it looks like ghost mode to me. But anyways, and they've changed everything around. I guess I just got to get used to it. Like they've tried to make some consistency where every application has a search bar right at the bottom, but it overlaps some of their traditional functionality, and it's I just find it annoying in a lot of cases. But
there's a couple of things that I like the unread messages, and I'm sure non-iPhone people are like, oh, Samsung had that for years, because that's usually what happens. Samsung has this stuff for years, and iPhone decides to come out with it now. I can sort now by unread message because I will have this unread tab here, and it will be like I actually had one. I'm like, I can't tell where this unread message is. Well, finally, when this thing got it, I looked at it. It was a message from like September 25th of this year. Like I was never gonna scroll back that far to look at that message, you know. But now with you filter by unread, and it came right up. I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
You know, so. But yeah, it's stupid things like that get me, man. Like Apple, why didn't you have this before? This is not anything out of this world, right? It's a simple programming thing, but that's how they do things.
Might want to read your messages a little more frequently. I could suggest.
I missed that one. It was one of those like when you make a payment, like on Easy Pass or something. They say, hey, you pay your Easy Pass, and right. Like a confirmation number, or when you forget your password type thing. It was like one of those. It was nobody, you know. So. Just stay way out there.
I'm gonna put Tilray in another screen here, just because I've got the room, and I don't know. I'm not sure what else to put on here.
Rick, our good buddy, Rick, is 4109. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck, my friend. We appreciate you. He's definitely in for that drawing. We're gonna do a drawing either today or Wednesday. I gotta confirm with Andrew for our funded account. Free funded account for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members, so we'll get that going. So welcome. TRY doing some stuff, man, above VWAP.
Whoa. Look at Nvidia popping higher.
Yeah, Nvidia as well. AVGO, nothing. Tesla.
Okay.
Tesla's pre-market action is so pretty, man. This is so good. This is so good.
Wow. A sudden pop here.
Very nice. Good morning to you. Coach Umberto, welcome back, man. I think you was with Lambos and Garbage Truck before, but welcome back. Good to have you, my friend.
Coach Umberto. I am still cold from standing outside.
It's cold, man. It is cold. Oh, look at that. It's coming up pretty good. 23 now. So it's warming up as the sun is coming up there here in North Jersey. It's warming up.
Yeah, it's only minus 13 here. It was minus 21 before the sunrise.
We got some good snow. We took the kids sledding to the park. They got this nice little hill. I took them there yesterday morning, man. They had such a great time. That was fun.
Good. Kids always love the sledding, especially when you drag them back up the hill. They don't have to do any work. They just get to sit there.
Yeah, my little one had to piggyback her a few times. I am in New Jersey, yes.
It's not as much fun when you make them walk back up the hill.
All right.
Okay.
Tesla, AVGO, Nvidia, AMD. PLTR. Okay, excellent, man. Excellent. Guys, patience. We're coming back in after being off for 2 days. Don't need to be trigger happy. Wait for the setup. Wait for the confirmation. Very important.
I'll tell you a sledding story later. Okay. We got 3 seconds to the open. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see what we're going to get. Market's pulling back a little bit. Ooh, Tesla pulling back to VWAP here.
Whoa. Look at Tesla. Look at that.
I should have jumped into Tesla. I was going to. Whoa, what a wimp. I got to work on that.
Oh, man. It's a hard trade. I don't have a strategy for this right here, but I got to come up with something because Tesla's doing this every morning, man. It's just
go long every day.
At the bell, go long Tesla. That's the strategy. Look at this here. It is up almost $1.
I was looking at it, and $5. $5. It was at I was looking at it like just under 469, and I'm like, okay, this is the pullback.
That early.
And I just said, just hit the button, just take a few shares, and it would have been like $4, just like that. 4 or $5. That would have been awesome. Anyways,
it works until it doesn't. That's true. It's business time, but
yeah,
it would have
true.
been it's working a lot now, so we should do it until it stops working. You're right. At the bell tomorrow, we're gonna go long Tesla. Right at the
bell. Tomorrow will be the day it totally doesn't work. Yeah, it just drops right out of the gate, never recovers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, let's see here. Nvidia possible 1 minute engulfing pattern above the view here. This 177.95 level could be interesting. Let's check how Atlas looks here. Tradingterminal.com.
And Tesla, look at this. Andrews jumped in. He wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
He jumped in anyways.
That is such
on
Tesla, man. Every morning, guys. Every morning. What a trade. AVGO heading lower, breaking down the low of the previous day close there. Oh man. All right, I'm looking at Nvidia possible 1 minute engulfing above the VWAP here, above that 177.95 level. I might consider going long. Our stop will have to be about 50 cents. So we're looking at
wow,
177.30.
All the orders on the top side on Tesla.
Yeah, everything's long. Trading terminal shows the wrong Tesla price. No, really? No, it's right. I had. Oh, is it? Hold on. No, 476. No, I'm looking at it right now. No, it's right, man. Make sure you refresh it. Make sure you're good. Look at Tesla.
Excuse me. Go. Gosh, Carlos, I should have jumped
in. Price is good, brother.
Oh,
yeah,
well.
You should have jumped in.
Oh, well. Oh, well. There'll be more opportunities.
Yeah, they sure will be. But not on Tesla long after the bell. That is the strategy I'm going with tomorrow. Oh, goodness. All right, let's see what else we got here, friends. Bats Wayne, let me know if you refresh if that's fixed. I see it good on my end, man. Let us know. Curious. All right, Nvidia a little choppy. No action for me yet. Peter's just watching the strikes go over the home plate and not swinging.
Oh man, no kidding. Killing me, man. Look at that. Oh,
Tesla.
$8 now. $9 move almost. Yeah. Oh, Carlos.
Yeah.
Carlos. Oh well.
Look who took the trade. Andrew took Tesla already. Has parsed a couple of times. Look at the Qs and the SPY. Look at this.
Yeah,
man.
They're really dropping. I know.
It's a situation where Tesla, again, even though it's strong, might actually get pulled by this nonsense the SPY and the Qs are doing here. I'm gonna like Nvidia short in a second for 5 minute RB breakdown, especially if the SPY and the Q are gonna break down like that. Yeah, it's choppy right now.
It's choppy.
But you do
get
this range, yeah. You do got this range here. If we break lower, got 20 seconds here for the 5 minute range to be created. I might join this party, man. Actually, now would be a good trade. I'm gonna go short now. A little bit anticipating the entry.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie. I am putting a lot of weight on the SPY and the Q selling down. But I do like this 5 minute RB setup we might be getting here. Just want to jump in and see if we can get the continuation. So short on Nvidia, hoping we have more sell-off coming on the SPY here. So let's see. All right, 172.20. Our stop is one. We could go 50 cent on this. 177.65 ish. I'll have to get out of it. So let's see if we can drop lower.
No, it's
VWAP, do your oh, the Qs are going higher. It's not good. VWAP, do your job. Do your job, VWAP.
Do your job.
Oh man, do your job and drop this thing. What's up with the SPY and the Qs, man? See this movement here? It's wild. All right. Let's see. You know what? If No, but would have had the same entry. I'd say if I would have waited, I probably would have had a better entry, but it probably been the same because I would have gotten in here when this thing would have went back. So let's see. 177.65 is my stop, friends. So we either going to get this breakdown or stopped out. Looks indecisive right now. AVGO, this sell off. Look how beautiful that is again. AVGO feeling weak one more time today, man. It is just struggling. Wow. All right, I'm gonna get stopped out in Nvidia because the market is recovering nicely. So let's see, 177.60. Let's see if this market is gonna come lower. It is not. 177.60. Let's see. We're right below our stop here.
Yeah, it's on a nice edge here, Carlos. It could go either way. You might get saved here. It's
yeah.
Oh, we're going back down.
165 is my stop there. We hit 165, 177.61. We're 4 cents away from getting stopped out. But yeah, look at that bounce, man. That's not good. It'll be nice if this can close lower, but it's just following the market. Like Nvidia's not trading on its own right now. So I'm hoping for another leg down on the market here. Hopefully can drag Nvidia lower.
What are you watching?
Q's and spies.
Yeah. Okay, no, sorry. I wasn't on the live. I was back a little bit. And I'm like, what the heck? You were looking at a price at 177.80. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't realize I was so never mind. It was my bad. I was very confused.
Oh, meaning on Nvidia's price, you're saying?
Yeah. That was okay. We're back in sync.
You still having issues on
Tesla 480. Carlos. Oh no.
Yeah, no, Tesla is strong, man. Even with the market pressure, Tesla's like, I don't care. I'm going north. And Andrew is playing this like a fiddle.
Oh, maestro.
Beautifully. Like a maestro and
he's
oh, okay. Hold on. All right.
He's making it his.
All right, VWAP is doing his job. Okay. VWAP is doing his job. Can we get to at least 1 hour before the first partial? Okay, see, now we're talking. All right, so partial on Nvidia here,
there you go. See, there's the
drop.
Let's
see if we can get a lower. Beautiful. And if you look at the market, we're just doing whatever they're doing right now. So very, very nice. Here we go. Oh man, that is what I am talking about. We are back, baby. We are back to good market continuation because it was rough like 2 weeks ago. All right, not even like a week ago,
Carlos
beginning of last week.
It.
Oh, this is so awesome, man. All right, so 3 partials in, a little bit aggressive, I know, but it's because this thing can turn around on a dime. So I just want to be very, very careful to not come back up with a lot of shares. I know that's not ideal, but I'm gonna be a little more patient now on the partials here. So let's see what we get done. Yes. All right, friends. 176.01. This is the low of the pre-market? No, this is some kind of daily level I picked off here. Just above the previous day close. So let's see. Ian, you're with us? Good, man. Good. Yeah, Nvidia is hopefully going to treat us well here. Let's see if we can get 175.80. I'll take another one there. If we can get 175.80. Wayne, I don't see anybody else with price issues on Atlas, man. Only you have mentioned the price issue, so I think it could be isolated to you only. But I see it fine, man. I'm checking the one you mentioned, Tesla, and it's right on it, man. 480, 472, and it's right on it, 475. Yeah, it's right on it, man. All right, guys. I'm gonna take. Let's see here. I'm trying to be as patient as possible, but I know this thing can. Oh, right when I take a partial, it's gonna go lower. I took a partial here, 176.01. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Um, Beautiful drop. All right, Christian, you're in. You're in on Nvidia. Sure, awesome, man. Let's hope. Hopefully, we can get it going a little bit lower here. Good stuff. Good stuff. I missed a great part. So I was looking at something else at 170, 175.80. It's actually what I was looking for, and I missed that there. So that's why I took this partial here, just to protect ourselves from it bouncing back. So
Wow, good drop, Carlos. You had to show patience on that, but you got the drop. I can't. Still upset I missed Tesla, but what can you
yeah,
do?
Tesla is insane, insane, man. Just so good, so good. AVGO, another one that also dropped very, very well. You could play this for a previous day close drop and stop at the VWAP. I mean, so many levels here that you could have played off. This is a beautiful, beautiful chart, man. And again, the weakness for AVGO continues. Really, anybody trade AVGO? We had it on our was it the second one on our primary list. Um,
Wow, look at the
so
look at the drop on Apple this morning. Apple's just been
ooh, look at
straight
that.
down since the
Oh,
open. It looked like the
ouch.
2 minutes pre-market, it looked like it was going to go higher, and then
Uh-huh.
it just absolutely reversed course. So,
Yeah, no, Apple. Let me add this
yikes.
here to our list. Yeah, Apple. Wow. Check out Meta. Let's
Yeah.
check out Meta.
The other thing that reversed course seems to be the quantum stocks that we didn't talk about this morning, but
Mm,
RGTI, QBTS, they had like 2 to 3 minutes of upward motion right at the open, and then just started to
yeah,
drop. So,
yeah. Oh, and this is why, like, if you look at the Qs and you look at the SPY, I mean, for the most part, they're selling off, right? They're some
right.
stocks are worse than others. Like if you look at Rigetti, like you mentioned, this is a look at this drop. AVGO, another one straight down. The only thing barely, well, not barely. The only thing that was green was Tesla. And again, I think same thing happened on Friday. You guys remember that Tesla wanted to be long, but then the pressure from everything selling down might drag this lower. Let's see. But this stock wants to be so strong, man. Tesla wants to go higher. It wants to get that 500. Um, we'll see. All right, here's Nvidia. It's coming up against me. It's at VWAP. We're stopping out at our break even here. We won't let it go any higher. So now I'm very happy I took this partial here. I wasn't happy earlier, thinking it was gonna go lower, but now I'm very happy I took that. So let's see.
No, you got a little bit of room. Your entry is now above VWAP, so that's
Yeah.
good. Not that
Yep.
far above it, but a little
Yeah.
bit. So,
I want to see if VWAP can drop it lower, and this will be a place where I see some people trying to add.
mm.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe very little, very little, very little, very little. All right, here it is,
Yeah.
coming right at VWAP. We're slightly above that, so we don't want to see this start settling
No,
above VWAP.
wait and see. Wait and
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
I I show it's still a below VWAP, but
yeah.
depends
No,
where you
below
put
VWAP.
your
I'm saying we
VWAP,
don't we
right?
don't want to see it settling. Like we don't want to see it going
Right.
above it. Yeah, yeah. I still
All
show
right.
it below as well.
Sure.
Let's see if this is gonna act as rejection.
Mm,
Yeah, so here it is, just right, literally cents away from
yeah.
my entry here.
Cents away.
Cents away. If we add here, what's the
Wow.
strategy? Just adding?
This
Like, what's the
Apple.
strategy
Apple.
here? Adding for a retest of the low, like,
Yeah.
or we're adding
Apple
just
is
to
just
add.
selling off.
Well, VWAP is doing its job. It's rejecting. All right, let's see. Let's try. I'm gonna add. Let's try. I'm gonna add now.
Oh,
Our
Carlos is
stop is.
adding.
Yeah, I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add. Let's see if this works out.
All right.
It looks like we spine everything's heading lower. Let's see if Nvidia wants to. And it had a good rejection. Like this is a nice rejection, I think. Right? I waited for the next one to open up. More
Yeah.
weakness. So I think it's a good ad.
Yeah. I hope it works.
Let's just see if it works. Right? Whether it's a good ad or not does not matter. It's different if it works or not. Right? And you don't need to determine, I guess, your entry based on whether it works or not. The signals is what determines it. So let's see. I feel like Peter right now, adding on stuff like this. This is your type of move. This
Yeah,
is
that's what I
so
try and
so
get.
you here.
I try
Yeah,
and get. It doesn't, but it doesn't, it only works some of the time. So
yeah, yeah.
just know.
Here it is.
Let's see. Let's hopefully it'll work for you. But the market, of course,
Yeah,
is
market
reversed again here.
is reversing here. Yes, that's not good. Um, let's see if we can get one. Oh yeah, we're gonna get stopped out above VWAP here.
Oh,
I'm gonna
look at
keep.
that. Look at it
I'm
going
keeping.
right to
Yeah,
VWAP and
right
just
to it.
just right
177.18
to.
is my stop. 177.18 is my
Oh,
stop,
okay. That's not
and
bad. You've
we
got some.
are.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right,
Yeah.
we're out. We're out. Okay,
Yeah,
didn't work.
that's the pop. All right, that's too bad.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
too bad.
hoping
That's
that it
okay.
would just hang out right below there for you.
I know,
But
man, and it still might come back down. It depends what this market wants to do here, but man, great trade here. But I noticed though, I could have waited though. I could have waited for the 5 minutes to close. I anticipated the move. It worked out great. But if I would have waited, I would have had maybe even a better entry on this pullback here, right? So, a little early, but it did work. All right, awesome, friends. What else we have? PLTR. People are mentioning here. Let's see. AVGO. Wow, right to is 351.09 level. What is this? This is a daily level that we put on here based on a lot of touches. Okay. Peter, anything for you yet?
nothing for me. I missed Tesla. I was too hesitant, and I missed that entry at the open, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And
Yeah.
but other than that, yeah, I'm still just waiting and watching.
All right. So Nvidia with a fresh pair of eyes here now. This is yeah, breakout. If get the pullback confirmation, possibly.
Mm.
Oh man, what happened with AMD? AMD just didn't move. The first
Yeah. Well, it's no,
50
it's popping
minutes.
a little bit
Sorry,
now, but
20 minutes, yeah.
yeah.
It's just look at that. Nothing. Oh man, Nvidia is gone. Gone. Look at that move. I should have flipped my position. Oh, look at that move. Very nice. Ah, it's beautiful. Here's a
Tesla came
tough
back and
entry.
sort of bounced off the VWAP and went is going long again here, back up to the high of day.
Just awesome, man. It's so good. AVGO trying to find a base. Nvidia. This is so clean, guys. Look at how these candles look. It's just so clean the way it's trading. This is stuff we were missing. Like if you're a long, short, reversal trader, or a short trader here like me,
Mm.
VWAP, like you have so much opportunities. When the market's trading like this, it's so nice. Chris MC, you went long. Oh, you went short Nvidia? Of oh, you're scalping it then, right? That's I'm assuming. Um, yeah, it's just beautiful trading. AMD's trying to get into the party. TRY fell apart here. PLTR, hugging the VWAP, Netflix, so, and Apple dropping because Peter's comments about the OS system. So that's not good. Peter's fault.
Did I do that? My bad.
5-minute ORB on which one, Christian? 5-minute ORB on which ticker? AVGO. Oh, let's see. Is some kind of fake breakout? What is this on Nvidia? Yeah.
Lightning bolt on Nvidia? No, it wasn't strong enough for a lightning bolt. But I mean, it sort of made the pattern, but it wouldn't have triggered for me. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, it did make the pattern on Nvidia. So we it got my mother-in-law, an 80-year-old woman, an iPhone, Carlos. And have you ever considered she had a flip phone? Like she had a flip phone.
She went from that is a major upgrade.
No kidding.
That is major. How's she doing?
She wants to video conference with the kids, right? Her grandkids, to be able to sort of see them and the great grandkids and be able to connect.
That's awesome.
But the thing is, if you just want to make a phone call, have you ever considered how complicated it is to actually just make a phone call off of an iPhone?
If a number's not saved, it's the stupidest thing I've seen in the world.
Even if the number is saved, but if the number's not saved, like think about it. You've got to figure out first how to unlock it. Then you've got to find the phone app. Then you've got to find the keyboard on the phone. Then you've got to punch the number in and then hit send, right? Like if you never really think about it, there's a lot of steps to try and as opposed to a flip phone where you literally flip it open, dial the number, right?
Yeah.
Like it's one of these things where we're trying to explain to her how to do it, and she's like, "Why is this so complicated?" And it's only when I was explaining to her I realized this is actually complicated. Like and as far as I know, there is no way to like. It would be great if I could just just make it a phone. So all you had to do was just
when you open it up, you get the keyboard, you get the keypad, right, and names.
Just have it always be the phone right on the screen. Just make a call. Anyways, it's and I if anybody knows how to do that, by the way, I haven't actually bothered to look it up, but you figure there's got to be. No, see, my mother-in-law talking to the phone. First off, she doesn't speak English very well, so we got that problem where it doesn't recognize her, and then that frustrates her even more. But even just talking to a device freaks her out, so that's not going to happen. So
yeah, like it could be a pain. All right, I don't see any other setups, friends. Nvidia was an awesome trade. We get a little bit back, not much, because I didn't add a lot. I was not gonna add a full size because I didn't trust it, but so we gave it a little bit back, not a whole lot. Looking for another opportunity here. Oh, AMD is just messy. Look at the chop on AMD, just back into this range.
It's
not in play today. Not in play. It's trying to be, but it's not. Nvidia's in play. Now, do we trust this bounce off the VWAP for a breakout above this 177.95? I don't know. Or I don't know. I don't know. This is a tough area to jump in on Nvidia.
Wow. The quantum stocks continue to just drop here. RGTI and QBTS, they're just still going down. Not super aggressively, but they are dropping.
Nice. So Mojito did hit his 2R on the PLTR. Very nice. Let's throw some Andrew amazing emojis in chat.
Woohoo.
I think that's what it says, right? Amazing. What's the other one?
I think so. I don't know. It's so small, I can't see.
So small. Yeah. We gotta see if we make that bigger. AVGO, man, the weakness is real. It's real on AVGO. It is struggling.
So
This
Carlos,
atlas is a cheat code. I agree. I agree with you. This atlas stuff is no joke, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. Go ahead, Peter.
so I got on the weekend we picked up the mail and I got my billing assessment notice for the my timeshare, the condo corp that I own. I officially own property on the Las Vegas Strip, right? Because I it's this timeshare that I bought a long time ago. So I'm like a fractional owner. So we own this building. It's literally right on the Vegas Strip, and it's interesting. It's a what would it be? It's a 50-story building, I guess. Hotel, Hilton Hotel, the Alara, right on the corner. And I could tell you. Do you want to know how much it costs to run the building? How much do you think it costs to run a 50-story building annually?
50-story building. How many apartments?
50-story hotel. Well, it's hotels, so I could tell you there's
Time per floor.
62,400 timeshare owners. There's probably about 20 units per floor, so let's call it a thousand rooms roughly.
Oh man. Um, per month.
Well, no, just I got the annual budget here.
Oh, you got the
You
annual
guys have,
budget. All right, so
yeah.
I'll give per month. Per month, I'm gonna say maybe 500. No, it can't. It gotta be more than that. I want to say 700,000, and I think that's low, actually.
Yeah.
50
Total
floors.
budget for the year to run this building. How much you guys probably can't read that. $52.7 million.
That's a lot.
52.7 million to run the building per year.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's a lot,
seems a
man.
lot
But
more
I'm
expensive.
sure it's a lot of units. They make it back. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I hope.
It's 50 that seems like a lot of money to run a building. Their annual water bill is $1.4 million.
That's a lot of water.
Anyways, somewhere in here there's this one line item that just says management fee, 8.9 million. Who gets that management fee? Who are they paying that management fee to?
Yeah,
Anyways, somebody's making some
that
money.
that's always gets tricky, man. The management fee. We the condominium I owe now. People are like they're trying to cheap out on the maintenance fee, the management. They're trying to switch from management to management, and the cheaper you go, you give something away every time you do that. So you pay these guys for a reason, man. And they made some mistakes on who they hired before in the past, and now they're seeing why it was so cheap. So
Yeah.
got to get the right people in place. All right, friends. I see nothing at the moment. Nada. Right now. See some reversals like TLRY is trying to reverse back. PLTR, Netflix not so much. Apple is leveling off, so Apple could be a good one. I see Andrew eyeing Apple. Not sure if he's gonna take a trade on that, but I see he has it on his charts. AMD not great today. AVGO, how low can it go? I mean, how much can we do on AVGO here? So this can potentially be setting up for a reversal. I mean, just given how much it has sold off, there might be some opportunities, but not right now. As it's making a new low. Let's see what else. Let's see here. What else we have? Nvidia heading back below the view app. Okay. Wow. Glad did not take
That's a
that
good
long. I was
chance.
considering going long here, but it's not really one of our setups. So glad it
No.
didn't take that long. Look at that.
It's
Look at that.
It's a little choppy here right now on some things. I don't know where things are gonna go. You got Tesla that's below the VWAP for the first time today. We've got Apple that looks like it's bottomed. Andrew's thinking it might be a long. It's going a little bit long here.
Yeah, he's going long on this.
Yeah.
That is great. He's in around 2. Actually, let me go look at him. Oh, he's in right on this candle, right at the start of the trend. How does he do that? How does he do that? He's got the cheat code. 275. He got in like a 274.94, and he's partialed here. Peter, explain this to me. Like, this is just, and he's been watching it for probably, like, I saw him watching early, like around maybe 9:40 or like 9:50. He's been watching for like 10 minutes, and now is when he jumps in. I mean, that's just, it's a beautiful thing. Like, you can't explain it. It's the time and C, and it's just, no, man. Parf, he doesn't start the trend on Apple. I mean, I know he has a large account, but you don't start the trend on Apple. And now, if he's trading any one of these low flow garbage, yeah, he could. Apple, nah, man. You need a lot of
no, like, look,
you need a boatload
even if
of Andrews. Need a boatload of Andrews to do that on Apple. You know,
exactly. Like, even consider, like, even if he took a massive size, 20,000 shares. If you picture 20,000 shares on this, that would be a $5 million position on Apple.
Yeah.
And it's that's what it trades like 200,000 shares a minute here. So that's only 10% of the volume in any given minute. Like, even that type of volume would get absorbed.
Apple gets swallowed, man. Yeah,
he's not moving it. He's not moving it.
No, it's too much. But beautiful thing. Look at AMD, Nvidia. I think I'm gonna try another short Nvidia here. Got the breakdown below the VWAP. We did get the pullback. Confirmations right about now almost. Our stop will have to be 177 38 here. What's that, 50 cents? Yeah, let's try. All right, so I'm going to go short stop 177.38. I'm short Nvidia again for the VWAP breakdown. Let's see if we can retest this 176 area. Let's see. Short again on Nvidia. Let's see if we can get the drop here. 177.38 is our stop. Chris, you're back. Chris took his break after hitting his go. Very nice. Let's see if Nvidia is gonna play nice here. No, don't do that. Now I get it, and it does the opposite. Like, what's going on?
No, it's spiking on you here. That's
it is. That's no fun at all. All right, let's see. 177.38 is our stop. Oh man, it's gonna go right to it. Yeah, it's gonna bounce. 177.38. We're ready to stop out.
It just hit that.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, I gotta get out. Right there. We're out of Nvidia. Wow, man, that sucked. Gave some of the profits back on Nvidia. My goodness.
That sucked.
Mondays are my worst trading days, by the way. It's not Fridays, it's Mondays. Yeah, they are. Based on Interactive Brokers, I'm Mr. Interactive Brokers. Mondays are my worst trading days. Look at it. What is going on? Look at the pop to the other way now. My goodness. Tesla, nothing. Nvidia, AMD. Oh, SPY's bouncing. Yeah, that's what stopped me out. Yeah, look at that bounce on SPY. That's what stopped me out. You know what? It's my fault. I didn't check the SPY before jumping on this thing. Should have done that. I'm not sure if it would prevented me from doing it, but I should have checked that.
The SPY was actually moving down at the moment at
It
the
was
time you
okay. So I
entered,
would
because
not. I would
I
not
did
call.
look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would not
Yeah.
have helped.
So,
But man, look at this. Look at this pop here. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We're sitting at 260 likes with 902 people watching. Probably about 300 robots that never hit the like, but the ones that are here at 405. Yeah, some people just never hit the like.
Don't be a robot.
Don't be a robot.
Don't be a robot.
And hit the like, please. We really appreciate it. But yes.
Wow, look at that pop.
It's
really,
I know, man. Like it's just
said, screw you, Carlos.
Yeah, screw you. Give me some of the money that you made back. And look at it go the other way. Wow. Very nice, very nice. Tesla, AMD, AVGO. And let's see here. Isn't that what a robot would say? Yeah, that is true. That's exactly what a robot would say. Oh, man. All right, we're getting into a lot of choppiness here right now. Especially when Nvidia comes back down here, we're just in chop, and just gotta recognize that. It traded very well though at the beginning. This is very nice until here, which is kind of getting stuck in this range. Doesn't want to break out of here. AMD's been in chop all morning, so nothing to see there. AVGO looks like it just wants to grind and grind lower on AVGO here. So let's see. All right, what we got going on? Friends, anything over on YouTube? Anything you guys like? AVGO lower. Ah, that's great. Anybody trade AVGO? There has to be someone out of all these people here that traded AVGO in chat. There's got to be someone. Make me feel good that we
yeah, we did mention it, but man, it was a pretty consistent sell-off, wasn't it?
Let's see who traded short here in chat. Took AVGO 330 puts. AVGO for my win. Very nice. Traded gold successfully short. Yeah, I'm still in it. Not much left. Oh yeah, well yeah. By now I wouldn't have anything. Well, I have very little left too. This is another. This is a $12 move. It's a $12 move right now. Wow. And we got like what 10 yesterday. I traded for like $10 move, but again, I probably only got like
Friday,
4, 5 of that because of the way we partial, right? But my last partial was pretty like that, like an $8, $10 move on Friday. And you had a big one too, Peter. I remember we both said, okay, it's not worth having the little bit of shares left. We took everything out.
Oh my god, no kidding.
You was down to like 217, like something crazy.
Yeah, Friday was a weird day for me.
Yeah. No. Well, Friday you didn't break your rules. I was thinking about this over the weekend. No, I mean, Peter didn't break his rules. You traded your gut feeling type trade. Like that was a gut feeling. Hey, I'm gonna reverse here, because breaking your rules is different. I see breaking your rules like you have your stop loss and your risk management, and you decide, I'm not gonna stop out. I'm just gonna average down or do something. That's like okay, you broke your rule. You were just trading a little more flexible,
Right.
So it's different. It's very different. Yeah. It's like it's like doing a California stop on the stop sign opposed to like eating a red light. Like eating a red light, no, you are an idiot. Like you don't eat red lights, right? That's just you don't do that. But, the California roll on the stop sign, it's okay. It's okay.
The California roll.
Like
I haven't heard it called that before. That's
so you kind of ease and just keep going, So, but you don't eat red lights, and that's
there
a
like
no-no.
I didn't realize, are these like regional rolls, or they're like what's a Jersey roll?
Nah, I don't know. I only heard of
Is there
California
such a
roll. I
thing?
don't know what a
Oh,
Jersey
okay.
roll is. A
All
Jersey
right.
roll might
I
be
don't know. I don't know.
for like
I
a
just...
like a cold cut sandwich or something. Like a nobody's gonna think about a stop sign,
I just never heard of a California roll, so I guess that's. I just thought maybe there's different state rolls. Or...
Yeah, and I didn't even know where I heard that from. I guess it was traveling in California or something. So
a California stop. Yeah, I guess it's the same thing.
California stop, which is the same thing. Okay, I heard it called California roll. So
California roll, because it's the same name as a sushi, which I guess is that the amusing? Because I guess it would make sense with a thing, because to me a California roll is fake sushi because there's really no sushi in it. So I guess it's like a fake stop. A fake stop. Yeah. There you
Did
go.
we just figure this out without ChatGPTing it? That'd be awesome.
I guess so. There's the tie-in.
I'm gonna ChatGPT this later and see where it came about. But yes. TRY friends. Californians are considered the worst drivers in America. I mean, I don't know.
By who? I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, man. I think it's everywhere. New Jersey's too. It's got a couple of people they're just weird. They're just weird. Driving is I'm telling you, man. When these automatic cars, autonomous vehicles, they're gonna save people a lot of headache.
Absolutely, agreed.
And then there should be like two licenses, like a license to own autonomous car, and then one to actually be able to drive manually. Like there'd be a classification, like yes, you're able to drive manually. Because some people just should not drive manually.
I agree
at all.
That's exactly what I think it should be, and it'll be more expensive to drive yourself. And I mean, the sooner we move to fully automated driving on the roads, I think the easier it'll be, because the biggest problem that the cars have generally is navigating the actual humans.
Right. So, right.
When we say manual, we don't mean like a manual transmission to like just drive. No, we mean like your automatic car.
Right. You're doing your own
in this case
turning and stuff like that.
Yeah. But anyways, it's,
and what what? A bit of a rant. Quick rant.
Oh, what Carlos
irks me? Yes, this thing irks me. You have a $95,000 vehicle, $120,000 vehicle, and you put your turning signal. And I know that car, because mine is a lot less than that, and it does it. When I put my turning signal, it gives you all the bells and whistles if there's someone there in your blind spot. So when I'm driving my middle lane, minding my business, and there's somebody with a $120,000 vehicle that cuts me off, I'm like, you're telling me that piece of metal that cost you almost as much as half of a house, doesn't tell you that I'm here? I'm right here. You talk to me. Like, it drives me insane. Now, if you're driving a Honda and the doors are falling off and the paint's chipping, okay, I get it. Hey, listen, don't worry about it. Just go. But if you're driving that thing, you should know I'm here. You should have a navigation system telling you all kinds of bells and whistles. Do not get in front of, do not cut off Carlos. You should even know who that's me driving. Like, it just irks me, man. Irks me. Like, why? I don't understand it. So
not to defend those people. However, I've got to admit, having driven my wife's car, which has got more of those advanced features, there can be too many of the advanced features. Because at a certain point, the car is binging and bonging. It's binging and bonging at you all the time. You just start ignoring all of it. Because the car will it'll send off alarms, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm driving in a straight line in my lane. There's nothing going on, but it'll sense like somebody in your blind spot. So then the blind spot warning goes off, and then the lane assist,
Yeah.
the warning goes off. And you're
Yeah,
like, I'm
I could
driving in
see
a
that.
straight line. I'm not doing anything. So
Yeah. Yeah.
eventually you just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to ignore them all. So there could be some of that.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. But you're
Oh
right. I
boy.
mean, really, you should pay attention to them. I'll give you that. But I can just say
Yeah.
I can maybe understand the other side of it. The reality is, I get frustrated with drivers too. I think a lot of people just don't know what the heck they're doing and don't care to learn. So,
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, I think people are just so overwhelmed with other things in their head, man. You're driving. Focus on driving. People are worried about getting to work on time, this and that. They got to call the
yeah,
daycare to let them know they're
yeah.
running late. There's so much going on that it's just is insane. So it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Wow, AVGO. Wow. I turn off all sensors in my car.
Is it? Speaking of which,
That's not, yeah.
oh, I thought that was
Mm.
you. No, it was actually I was picking up from Andrew's feed. There was like a car alarm going off. I thought
Mm.
that was ironic, but wow, look at AVGO. You're right though,
Wow,
Carlos. Look
it's
at this
just
thing drop.
man, it is
Wow,
such a nice situation here.
wow,
Um,
wow.
Going to my next level. Next level I have here is 346.94. That I'm assuming is a daily level as well. And Tesla's trying to hold all this selling, and Tesla's just trying to maintain there. AVGO is a beautiful short. Nvidia doing another view at breakdown. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna take it. It's play me. Actually, just once. This ad was not that bad, but it's just I don't know. Watch it break down right to 176 this time for a 60 cents move. But if I take it now and I get stopped out again, I'm gonna give basically all the profit back. So I don't want to do that. I'm still sitting green, so it's a tough trade. But it looks good. It looks good, Peter. View
I'm
at
tempted to take it
breakdown.
for you, but
It
I don't
looks
know.
good, man.
Uh,
It looks so good. Here was our confirmation right in here, 176.80, 81.
yeah, I can't take it now. I'm not gonna chase this
No,
thing.
now it's not good. Now it was 176.81 ish, 176.80 ish. It's good. But yeah, I can't. That 30 cents makes a difference. Somebody might think like, why 30 cents? Really, Carlos? It does make a difference. I'm telling you. It makes a difference. If you don't got the right entry, your stop gets all messy and your risk reward gets all choppy. 30 cents could be the game changer from you surviving and stopping out or risking too much. Right? So um take it with a tighter stop. Yeah, I could. I could. The problem is when you chase something and you take it with a tighter stop, not always, what you might get stopped out because that pullback after it drops and you chase it, that pullback alone might be that 15-10 cents tight stop, right? So that's the issue with taking a tighter stop. I'd rather like wait for what it's doing now. Look at this. Wait for that, wait for a pullback, and then try to get in again or just miss the move. Tight stops for me a little bit more difficult to trade. Um, oh man, it's giving us an opportunity here, Peter. Peter's quiet. He's already in it. Peter's quiet. He's already short. Probably a couple of parcels, Peter. What are you doing?
No, I'm just watching.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
just trying to figure out where I want to take a risk here, but none of these are my trade
Yeah.
setups. Like look at Tesla just pop back up to VWAP.
Yeah, this market started off very good, but now it's just trying to figure out what's next. And look, I'm glad I didn't take Nvidia. Look at this. I would have been so pissed with this situation here. Um, yeah, I don't know, friends. I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
I don't have anything, guys. I don't have anything. Tesla, Caesar, good buddy Caesar in chat. Let's see. Tesla breaking out above the view. I just, again, for me, it's just not my setup, right? This could be the next big move, but this is just not my setup, right? After chopping like this here, even if it does a beautiful breakout here, that's usually not my typical setup. I like when it's coming up to the VWAP, right? When it's coming up to it. Doesn't have to be coming up from like really far, but just coming up to a little bit and then do the move. And then that's when I like that. Similar to Nvidia. Like this was a great, where is it? This was nice, right? Popped up, then we came right down to the VWAP. Here's the breakout. Then we got the pullback, and then I went short. Didn't work out. But I like this kind of momentum breakout continuation. What Tesla's doing here, it just seems like chop to me, right? I don't think there's any, ever since 10 o'clock, I don't think there's any direction, right? I don't think there's any direction. So I kind of like to see the direction coming up to it and then get the breakout, kind of like that momentum, right? And I don't see that here. But don't get me wrong, like I've been in situations where like this will be our entry right now, right? Our signal will be right here for the VWAP breakout, right here. That's our entry there. That's the confirmation candle. This can go up to the high of the day and be the best trade today, but again, it's just not the strategy. AVGO, new low. Nvidia just toying with us. Like Nvidia for me here, the reason why I want to take it short again is because this is beautiful, right? The pop up, look at the move down. Here's the breakout candle, right? The number one candle, the candle one, candle two is the pullback, candle three is the confirmation. That's our entry. So that's why I wanted to take this one, but it's been playing around so messy that I didn't pull the trigger. And so far right now, it would have worked because our stop would have been at VWAP. And look at this, man. It would have worked.
It hasn't quite dropped it yet, but yeah.
But it's going for it. It's going for 176. Yeah, it's on its way.
We'll see.
Not an easy day. Started off great. Has gotten a little bit tougher to find. Oh yeah, that's it right there. Look at that partial right there. Boom. It's perfect. And the bids are showing up nicely at 176.01. Look at that. Yeah, it's gonna drop further. Look at the bids, guys. Look at the bids just stacking up, and there it is. There's the drop. Went right through that 176. And let's see if it goes for the low of the day. Will be the next spot I'll be looking for here. You took it, KJK7788. You took it, very nice. Oh, you're gonna get blessed now. Look at this. It's coming down here. SPY is also selling off the cues. Oh, wow. Come on. It's going to get it. One low of the day coming up is right here, 175.68. I would have partial there too. That's close enough for me. That's a partial for me there. Wow. And AVGO just trickling along, lower and lower. All right. Time is running out on me. Looks like I'm just going to end with a smoke. Had a great green. Gave it back. had a good day. Had a good day, and I could just stop, but I gave it. And this was okay. I didn't lose anything here. Here was where I lost a bit, so I gave some of it back, and yeah, it's a so-so day. But what's a nice day? I should just stop.
Yeah, but it's easy to say that in hindsight, right? Isn't it always?
I know.
Oh well.
I know. But Oh man. Cause when you buy in, do you base it on TP? What's TP? Do you base your TP stop loss? No. What's TP? And you say 50 cents or a different every time based on the stock of the price shares bought. Target price. No, so the target price, I usually look at, I try to aim for at least the 1R, my first partial. So if I'm, give 50 cents stop, let's say I want to get to at least, 50 cents on the other end for my first partial. My target will love to get 3Rs, 2Rs, right? In the entire trade. But once I get to 1R, I am going to partial. And then I look at the price action, right? Sometimes a little bit after the 1R, sometimes a little bit before. So it depends on the price action too. And I'll take a quick partial there. And we'll try to get to 2Rs, and 3Rs would be great, right? So target price. Yeah, or take profit. Same thing. Well, the take no, actually not the same thing. Target price is where I'm trying to get to. So, for example, let's use this one as an example here. So here's my short. I'm trying to get to. We didn't have this 171 here. We had this one though. This 175, 60, I believe, or this one of these two. So my target was to get down there. But here's our stop. As we make 1R, I'm gonna partial. So we keep going lower. Actually, I think this is 2R, I believe. We're gonna partial, see more weeks and partial again. So although I have my target where I want to get to, I am taking profit as we're moving into weakness or moving up into strength. I am taking partials, right? So and then this one here is basically a partial, more of a defensive partial kind of. Hey, if it's gonna go back, let's take some off. So that's kind of the way I set up. But I based a lot on the price action, and now a market atlas, right? If I see market atlas showing a lot of bits here, I'm gonna wait for it to come and try to get the breathe. Nvidia. Disrespectful. See this, guys? This could have been wow. This could have been such a great trade. I can't even get through my point. I can't even get through my point with watching this thing on screen. Just wow. Man, oh man, oh man. All right, so you guys get the point. Yeah, you guys get the point. My goodness. And everything now is just kind of taking a turn lower. It's got to be this guy here. Yeah, look at the SPY going red and trying to make a new low, and that's gonna put a sour note on a lot of things here. I know some of you guys are short Nvidia, so congrats. This is a great move for you here. If you guys joined it early, we're talking through it, and it wants to go red. That is beautiful. That is beautiful, friends. Pig Wrestler. Oh, Pig Wrestler. I haven't seen Pig Wrestler in a long time. Yeah, good to see you, man. Feels like I haven't seen you in a long time. Watch this area. SPY and DPL. Sure, AVGO. Yeah, that was a great short if you took that one. That's awesome. Gents, is there a way for Dash Trader Pro to use the mouse, chart click, or hover to set a stop price for hotkeys? Yeah. Oh yeah. We have the advanced stop loss hotkey. That's what it does, right? You kind of double click on the chart, and then you hit your hotkey, and it'll put the stop where you double click on the chart. Same thing what we have with very similar to our trading terminal simulator. Stop loss hotkey, same thing, right? You can set, not by double clicking, but you can set it by clicking the indicator there, clicking the charts where you want your stop to be, and then hit the hotkey, or the hot button when it comes to trading terminal, right? But with Dash Trader Pro, you could definitely do that. Oh.
Nvidia made that perfect move, Carlos, and we just watched.
No, yeah, we just watched it. Like, oh, wow. you know what? Knuckleheads. Like two knuckleheads. That's what we're gonna say. Keep it PG. Um yeah, it's just wild, man. Just wild. What can I tell you? But I like the fact that the market's trading much better, man. Because we had a stretch about 2 weeks before last week that it's just been so choppy. I like this type of trading. Like we're getting moves. I just traded the wrong stuff today. AVGO was one of the big ones today that I could have been in. Or Tesla long as well. Just so many things that we could have taken advantage of here. Apple did start to reverse again. Yeah, the first time Netflix, not much. PLTR starting to reverse a little bit as well. Um, okay, yeah, you haven't been. Okay, man, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to have you here. BMNR. Yeah, nice drop as well. Another one that dropped pretty good also. How are some of our low flow stocks? I always like to go back. We didn't put anything on the popcorn list, but I always like to go back and see how the low flow craziness did. TYTX was one of them, I think. Nothing. What's another one we had? I forgot what they were today. If you guys remember, let me know. I'd like to go see what the low flow madness did. Bendiciones de Barcelona. Blessings to you as well, Ismael. Blessings to you. Apple made a carpet. Carpet.
What?
What's a carpet? I never heard that before. That's a new one to me.
Apple made a carpet?
Is this a script for the hotkey? Stop price equals price. If it's for the cows advanced hotkeys, no, that's not it. It's a lot more complicated than that. So I'm not sure what this one does. This might be just to set a stop. Like right, maybe you click and you just hit this to set a stop price. So, no, we're not on mute. Low flow AMCI. Ooh, risky, risky. Look at this thing. Halted a couple of times today. Oh, halt. Here, here. And what's the news? Oh, recent IPO, looks like. No, they got some history. What is this? They got some stuff going back. Oh, it's the year. Yeah, so said they just opened up again because this is 2023 if you look at it. So it just opened up again. So I don't know what, this is some older history. All right. Just got going here in December again after 2 years not doing anything. Wow. Careful, guys. This is stuff that puts people in trouble. In trouble. You know? Careful, careful.
I don't know why I was waiting for you to say in hospital, but
it could
trading
put you,
hospital.
It could put you in a hospital too. Like these low flow stocks, man, they're not good for the heart. They're really not. You know, so gotta be careful. I see the
Good
boys
morning,
coming
everybody.
in. All right. Good morning, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew.
How are you, sir? I see you're standing making money or standing losing money.
I don't think he took a trade today at all.
Standing.
You're standing.
Well, very nice.
No, I'm standing watching at the moment, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's so good to be back at the office, guys. It was really, really amazing trip. We really miss you, Peter. In retreat, it was really amazing. So we had a lot of amazing, good time. Today was a really great trading day for me at the open. I kind of messed it up after, so I had a really amazing trade on TSLA, very profitable, for the break of all-time high from 2150 all the way up to 2220 with two ads in between. So with the help of Market Atlas, it was really amazing. And then I tried to catch this reversal on TQQ 4 times, and I just kept losing money on it. And unfortunately, I am negative for the day. So really bad right now. So I made a really big profit on TSLL and then 4 or 5 trades on TQQ, lost it all. So I'm down negative. So that was another lesson that you should stop trading after you meet your trading goal.
Yeah,
But I'm still
I
long
had
on
a
TQQ
pretty
23,
yeah,
see
I
if
had
he
a pretty
wants to
decent
bounce
day.
back.
I was shorting the SPY a couple of times just because I just looked like we were going to be trending lower, and we've just been dropping. The SPY, I mentioned this in the other room, that just watch the 20 EMA, see if it can get through there, and we've basically rejected from there. So that would have been actually a good short that I didn't take.
Um, yeah, Q's like it really doesn't want to go much higher, so it looks like it's really going back down. So
Yeah, that
today is
was
just everything is fading.
the order book on Tesla is kind of bullish, even though, but I'm a little bit concerned about where the market's going.
Tesla, I mean, honestly, all the bulls cases have been broken down. Like Tesla even was very strong at the open, but it just doesn't have any momentum to go anywhere. SPY from the green to red,
Big
everything is
order at
just, yeah.
big order on Tesla at 475. I think it's going to go there. There you go. There's your 475. Nice pop up there. Ooh. There's another order at 476 and 477. See what the Qs and SPY are doing. Seem to be holding here. I think we might be reversing here. There goes Tesla again.
Yeah, I'm adding a little bit more on TQQ. Let's see if you can
Yeah,
Qs can get a
I
bounce.
think I think Santa Claus came early this year. He showed up, rallied the
in
markets all
in
year, and now
November.
he's exhausted. Yeah, I think the AI put a bubble in the in the rally. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, had a nice pop up on Tesla right at the open. That was trading near October and November highs. We kind of broke through there. Um, couldn't hold and did a double top. I'm kind of surprised Peter didn't take his what he calls a double top, a mountain pass there on Tesla, because that was a really nice double top. Yeah, he's it's a, Peter has a lot of control. He waits for his perfect setup.
Yep. Wait for my moment, like an alligator at the watering hole.
Oh, I love that. With your nose out. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I
That's the
like
way it
the
should, yeah.
crocodile analogy.
Crocodile.
I like the
Yeah.
crocodile analogy.
Yep.
Crocodiles don't hunt. They
No.
they sit and they wait. They wait for their prey to come by, and at the right moment they strike.
All right, so Apple was interesting. Apple was really setting off at 273.80, really hold up and bounce back. But again, the market really doesn't have any momentum to the upside.
No, even even the tried to bottom here, it just couldn't do it. SPY is seems like it is trying to hold this 680 level. 679 was pretty close to 679.25 is a low of the day here.
Tesla has some order at 478, might go up toward that. But again, the time of the day really broke down. So
Could take a bit of a long here on the SPY. It does look
Tesla,
like it's trying to hold.
yeah.
I'll try a bit of a long on the SPY. 680 calls. See if we can get back to PDC. This isn't an ideal trade just because we're bumping against the 20 EMA. But I did like the higher low that we just made.
Right. So any question, guys, in YouTube? I'm long TQQ. Brian also long a little of his spy calls. But any question overall?
Nature lessons, yeah. Wow, your long-term accounts down 90%. Wow, he must have been heavy into some small caps.
Oh my God, whose account is down 90%? Must be trading these small caps, huh?
Hmm. I don't know if that you can't lose that much money with large caps unless you're trading calls and unless you're trading options. Could easily lose that money with options. Come on, SPY. I think I might take some off here. 220, 221 on the
Yeah, Tesla wants 479.
680 calls.
I'm long TQQ. I don't think I'm gonna go green on it, but it's worth
I'm
waiting a
just
little
gonna
bit.
selling some more here at 230. Oh, we just went to 240 on the calls. That's nice. I'm gonna sell some more here because we're right at PDC. A crane, yeah, they do the same thing. You're right. Oh, this is nice.
It's a nice pop.
Here we go. You guys in YouTube, hopefully you got long here. You got long with us.
Let's see if Q's go back green.
Look at this. Tesla's back near high of day.
Yeah, so guys, Trading Terminal Journal is ready. We're gonna launch it with Interactive Brokers and a bunch of other brokers, and the DAS Simulator and DAS Log, yes, is part of it. The journaling. One of our traders actually worked really nice on it. So
Yeah, nice trade on Nvidia too. Nice bounce back.
let's see if TQQ can go green. I'm long TQQ, guys. Let's see if we can get to
Yeah, the
green.
QQ Yeah, we're getting a nice bounce here. This was a really nice pattern for a setup. This, as I mentioned earlier, this pullback that put in a higher low on your short-term charts, like your 1 or 2 minute charts. You can see we bottomed around 1025, and then we popped up to the 20 EMA, and then pulled back. But that pullback, we found buyers at 680, which was at 1040, which was a higher low. So that's always a good sign that the buyers are starting to take control, and the sellers are done. Yeah, that's a good question. Andrew, when do you stop trading if you've had a
When do
losing
I
day?
stop trading? Good question. Usually I stop trading at around 10:30 in the morning. Like after 10:30, really everything is just a struggle. Right now, this is the last trade that I took on TQQ was right around 10:30. So this is the time. It's also something mentally, I look at where am I going mentally. Today I took a break because I was having just so many bad losses. So sometimes taking a break really helps a lot. Reza is in the office, so I started talking to Reza a little bit. But overall, what day is the day that you need to walk away because you just keep really getting um, stopped out all the time on one single trade. So I'm long TQQ now. See if you can get red to green.
So I've taken a lot of this SPY position off just because I just feel like that was a nice covering rally by the bulls, but I'm still feeling like I don't feel like the bulls are fully committed here to step in and buy. So we'll see.
All right, let's see if TQQ can actually go toward the 53, 52.88. See if I can make some of the profit losses back. On Nvidia, it came above the VWAP all the way. Tesla is going back toward the high of the day. That's interesting.
Yeah, Tesla's right back near high of day.
Guys, for the funded account for PCT and for trading terminal, I sent all the payments yesterday. Sorry about the delay. I was traveling. So if you have received it, if you send the invoice through PayPal, you should be able to get it. And let me know if you didn't get it. Maybe PayPal holds for a few days the funds, but it's available. And I'm going to send a newsletter today about Connor. Connor was the top one in the first cohort. He made over $10,000. So I'm going to share his equity care, what his trade, and his status. Really interesting. So congratulations to him. And now that that train terminal three first launched 3 months is over, and the more and more cohort of people are coming with the profit. It's really good. Congratulations. Yeah, Connor was trading really nicely. He did beginner's luck in open. He did really good money at the open, in the open, in during the opening, but he really traded very nicely through that. So I'm going to talk about it in the newsletter today. So it was really nice of him. And yeah, the payments, when you finish the 3 months, we check your accounts to make sure that there's no problem, no issues, and then Mike will send you an email for the payment. For the PCT, we'll send everybody, and for the funded account also, there was quite a few of them that we did yesterday, Mike and Abiel and I. So I trade Tesla more, but TSLL is really good too. So actually, I now started to trading TSLL a little bit more. I'm waiting for Tesla 5 times leverage comes intraday. They did file it for SEC. It hasn't arrived yet, no, huh?
I don't. I think yeah, it's crazy. It looks like yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tesla at 500 this week. We'll see what we've got. I mean, we do have a lot of economic data coming up this week.
Tesla 500, huh?
CPI,
Yeah.
PCE, jobs reports, employment reports, retail sales. Got lots of economic data to trade this week.
All right, let's see if Qs want to test the green. Oh, I'm sitting down to relax. Let's see. The only position that I have is long TQQ at 52.23. See if you want to go to red to green.
Hmm.
But Tesla was a great trade at the open. I wish I was sticking to
Yeah,
my only trade on Tesla. TSLA was really amazing.
yeah, that was your one and done trade,
One and
definitely.
done trade.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I traded the calls on that.
I guess 2025 doesn't want me to have $10 million this year. That's the plan.
We still got time.
Yeah, I still have another week or so.
Yep, got a full week coming up.
SPX options can help me get there. Lambo or garbage truck. These SPX calls, man, these are very, very dangerous to trade. All right, Qs didn't go green. Doesn't
No,
seem
not
that there's any
quite.
bounce going in.
Got
Guys, for the
got
market
rejected.
access, we have over 6,000 tickers are trading in the CME exchange group. We're gonna post, I'm gonna post send a newsletter. I'm gonna post also a page that's in the train terminal that what are those exchanges, what are the tickers that you have the market access. There's a lot. And so the famous ones are NQ and S, but there is a huge list actually, so that we brought them for the tickers. I can actually, um, yeah, we can create a page for them that there's a lot of really tickers like agricultural things and stuff in there. So it's all available in the market access if they're trading commodities. Anything that is trading on the CME group exchange, because there are 4 exchanges in Chicago. Anything that is in CME is included. There are over 6,000 tickers that's available. NQ, ES, and NQ are the famous ones for futures. ES and ENQ. NQ, sorry. Sorry, what am I talking? Thor is trading Futures, yes, and Q.
Oh, somebody asked if it was okay to buy gold or silver on red days. I mean, I think the problem with chasing it up here is, we've had such a huge run. I mean, it never hurts to have some gold and silver in your portfolio if you're thinking longer term, but just be aware that we've had a huge run up in this. So
Um, so there's a question in the chat. So when you trade TSLA, do you watch Tesla? Yes. TSLA is a derivative of Tesla. So you always watch Tesla price action first, and then you trade based on TSLA. They're pretty much the same. In intraday, only for day trading, the price action are completely equal. So you can look at one of them and trade the other one. On a daily chart, no. When you go into the, swing trading, day trading is that would be different, but intraday, they're absolutely similar.
yeah, the SPY and the TQQ. TQQ is a levered index for the Qs, and SPY is obviously the SPY ETF. They do trade fairly well correlated because the SPY is heavily weighted to technology. So if the Qs go down, generally speaking, the SPY there's um, definitely um, some forces that are pulling the SPY down as well because of the heavy orientation to technology. But the Qs are the TQQ is a levered product, so it'll go down more um, in relation to the actual QQQs. If you want to trade SPY, I think SPXL and SPXS, those are levered products to the SPY.
All right, market, it really seems that it's really flattening out. There's no move to the upside or to the downside for anybody. I'm still long on TQQ, but I probably want to get it stopped out because it doesn't seem that the market wants to pop much higher to the green unless there's any news
Yeah,
or anything coming out.
I'm sitting on my hands now. It's time of day. Things seem to be sort of flattening out. Again, I would not be surprised to see Tesla at 500 even tomorrow.
Tesla 500. Yeah.
I mean, we're really close now.
Yeah, very close.
What's a 500 call worth here? Just out of curiosity. $4.60.
Should we buy some Tesla 500 calls, Brian?
That would be that'd be kind of a Hail Mary.
All right, so Thor is here, joining us very soon. How are you, brother?
Hey, Thor.
I am amazing. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. You had a really nice short on the cues today, huh? That was amazing.
Thank you. My bread and butter play, the R3 short on the lower wider range. Actually, Eamon posts plays that Variable Traders does all the time for like members to get to review and go over. And the one that I post is my R3 short. And you'll see dozens, if not maybe hundreds, of R3 shorts taken over my career, and it's my favorite one. So yeah, we opened up with a lot of selling on the Qs today. So when it pulled back up with weak volume right back into like the 920 area, went ahead and got short.
And that's why exactly I lost money because I was
Yeah,
just keep
nice.
trying to, trade against you. And you're right. The market was really set up in the futures were really bearish. So I made a really big mistake trading against the overall market. So Thor, we have over 6,000 tickers of CME Exchange. I'm gonna send the list to you. I think I did email it to you yesterday, to you and Nathan. Not all of them are popular for trading, but the ones that are very popular, you can take a look at it, and we can probably put a page or something in Market Access for Trading Terminal that people can see the ones that they like to trade. The futures of Bitcoin, currencies, indexes, everything is in there.
Oh, that's
There's a
so
lot.
exciting. We were
Yeah.
actually looking at the order book on NQ, and there were some nice large bids put into the downside on the Qs and on NQ, especially down near 25,200. And now you can see that was just under where we closed yesterday, and there was big volume that hit there. And so you could kind of see that coming thanks to Atlas. It's like an amazing tool. So to have futures on that, like,
Yeah.
come on, everybody, we're getting spoiled here. Like, let's
Awesome,
go.
guys. Hand it over to you. Thank you so much. It was a great day for
Yeah.
me. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow in the chat room. Yeah, and guys, all the new members, onboarding is a really, really good session to come. Carlos and Dwayne are doing this live channel. If you, it's too much, I know, when you come here for the first time. It's free for everybody. Come to the onboarding room. You don't need to pay anything. Just come and say and see if you really want to learn financial markets or not. There's a lot of opportunities, there is a lot of potential, but it's also very complex. Not super complex, but you need guidance to go through these tools and strategies and everything. So we're here to support and make a better informed decision if you really want to go that route. It's Monday, it's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's live. You don't need any, payment or anything. Anybody can join. And if you really think that this is the path that you want to give it a try, you can ask your questions from Carlos and Dwayne. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody, and good seeing everybody out there. It was awesome as always. It does not look like my share came through, so I am going to stop my share and I will reshare it because this is what happens with Zoom. It's just a thing. We've gotten used to it. We know what it's doing. We know how to stop it. So rude. There we go. See, I'm my own tech support now. It's amazing. I didn't even need the voice of Carlos. I mean Carlos, to come through and say something to me. Uh, so I don't know what was the Twitch was all that about. Where did that? It was felt very compelled. I don't know what happened there. So hello YouTube. Good to see everybody out there. I took two trades today. I had an amazing day today. Very exciting day. Not a so I ended up catching I took a short on gold. Gold was actually looking really weak in a higher, wider range in the pre-market, so I took a contract short of that. We just really weren't moving and getting anywhere. So when we kind of reclaimed trend, I just went ahead and went out of it. In hindsight, I could have left this one on at break even. It just wasn't going anywhere. Although I do really feel good about this trade. I think in the long run, I'm going to be a little like this totally fits my current play system, by the way. This isn't a rule violation, so I'm very happy all the way. I just for me, I have to kind of keep an eye on how many of these don't end up hitting moves. But thankfully, this guy was my was kind of my thing here. So NQ at the open was in a lower, wider range. And for those of you who have followed my trading, you know that the lower, wider range is in fact my bread and butter, like my all day, every day, like bread and butter. So I absolutely love this play. It's my favorite. So at the open, for those of you who are volume traders, what you will see is that we started to sell right at the open, right? And then when we pull back and we offer the trend line, which wasn't there yet, right? So let's just get rid of this for now. We opened when we re-offered to here. So this is a value offering. Anybody here like their ICT concepts? Any give me a little love, some thumbs up, some likes, some shares. Also a little, what do you guys think? You guys follow your fair value, right? You guys keep an eye on your fair value stuff, right? So look at what happens here at the open. What do we do at the open? VPA traders, right? What happens here at the open? We do what at the open? We sell. Hey, what's up, Mark? We sell at the open. So a lot of the times we really try. So I was at, oh, so first off, before I get into this, we got to talk about what's really important right now. All right. And what's really important right now is the Jaguars won yesterday, and I was at the game, and it was a lot of fun. So go Jags. Right. So number one, we have to go ahead and say that. So, but anyway, the reason I say that is because there was something that made me think about sometimes how we approach trading sometimes. Has anybody seen the moment in the game where the guy's running with the ball, he's running with the ball, he's running with the ball, and then he goes, oh, like that, and then the guy goes, and like jumps the wrong way, and everyone's just like, oh my God, he like broke his legs, like that cutback was so aggressive, right? Well, so sometimes with the market and you're trading, you kind of do that to yourself, right? Like the market is opening, it's clearly selling, and then you're trying to time along when the market is not going long. It's literally running in a straight line this way. And you're like, and the market's just going. Now, guess what? Mondays are trend days. The Mondays are expansion days. Mondays are the days we run our edge to edge, right? We tend to run our ATRs on Mondays. Mondays, statistically, if you just look on a chart, Mondays tend to open low or high and tend to close in the opposite direction, right? Mondays are almost always trend days, right? So if you're looking for a lot of reversals in Mondays, if they don't set up within the first few minutes, you're probably just in a trend day. So which doesn't mean you keep going all day. It just means you have a trend from one area, right, like of supply, and then you go to one area of demand, and then you stay there, right? Range days are where you're bouncing up and down between two large orders. Range days are where you go from one area of liquidity to another. Boom, right? Right? Bump, right? So you can't do this, right? So what happens at the open, now that we're just look at this. Let's not juke ourselves out here. At the open, our first candle is a sell. All right, fair value. Let's make it easy, right? Where is our fib? Is this our fib here? Fib. Let's just grab a fib on our opening candle, opening candle, opening candle. All right. Look, this is not complicated, everybody. It's just a high to low opening candle. Can you see the fibs? Here's 75. Here's 50. Here's 25. Right? So we opened with a really strong sell, premium, discount, value. There was a discretionary decision. How is NQA short a valid pivot play? It is a discretionary trade. It opened too high to get called. So, but it did fit the rules otherwise, right? That's why I waited for it to get into range and then reoffer R3, right? And I shorted it when it lost R3. I didn't take it from up here. I did let it go into here and pull up, but it is a discretionary trade, right? I did say, hey, this didn't open in the right place, but since it's a wider range, especially, the expectation still really fits for me. So, but great question, Milton. In the beginning, obviously, it's a lot harder. Yeah, of course. And I'm happy to give it to you anytime. That's why I'm here, right? So, and for the record, I want everyone to know in here, like I am very leather skinned when it comes to this kind of stuff. You'll notice when Dr. V's on here, this happens quite a bit. I love being challenged, right? I have a very complex system and I don't mind explaining it. So if there's a nuance that I'm throwing in there that you're like, hey, wait a minute, I love explaining it to you. So please don't ever feel hesitant just to ask me. I will not bite your head off. I will only bite your head off if you troll me. And then I won't actually bite your head off. I'll probably just ignore you. So anyway, so back here. So premium, discount, value, right? So it does, right? So now look what happens here. We have this really hard sell at the open. Then look at the volume. I mean, everybody, it's all together right here, right? We open with a hard sell. We then re-offer value to our sellers, right? We're re-offering to our sellers. There is no buying right here. You would never go long here. This is not buying. We're offering sellers. This is a low volume pullback to engage more selling. You can see it right here on my buying and selling detector. Anything at this line or lower is selling, right? This offer box here breaks buying and selling offers within this offer. Anything outside of it is buying. Anything below it is selling, right? As we offered, right, we were offering sellers. And then we sold. And look where we sold from. Hello, 75% retracement area. Right back into that nice lower premium area. And then a sell. And then look what happens when we sold discount. Boom, and selling. Now look what happened when I entered. Look as we pull back, go back to the volume. Look what happens here when I pull back. Look at the volume. I agree, Pig Wrestler, by the way. I believe it's overly aggressive as well. But some people need it. You know what I mean? So like I don't use fair value when I trade, right? I use cams. Right. So 'cause I don't, but the cams are based on the same crap the fair value is created on. Right. So, but some people it really helps. Like they really want to know like the engineering behind the situation, right? So you can see here as we pull back up, what is this bad boy right here called? Good old-fashioned ISO pivot, right? My favorite. Right? So as we pull back, our volume sustains the selling. Oh, Pig Wrestler, I could not agree more. And not for nothing, what bothers me about it, can I be honest? What bothers me about it is that people act like it's a new concept and you can't read it in Livermore. Right? Like so many people have never actually read Livermore or never Richard Ney he wrote like in the 70s. All of the fair value stuff has all been explained in there exactly. It's market auction theory. Thank you, Ben. Right. So I've been teaching market auction theory for forever. Right. And my theory concepts are based on Wyckoff and Livermore. So there was a long time when people were kind of like, oh, dude, you're talking about fair value. And I'm like, no, fair value is talking about what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like in the chicken or the egg, I don't know. But mine came first. Right. I'm talking about the old school stuff. The ICT stuff is actually the newer stuff. Right. It's all the same stuff though. It's just repackaged, in different ways. So you're all wrong. ICT credit created it. Huh? What did it create? I don't know. Something. Now, I think the S is for sarcasm, actually. Love it. Gotcha. So thank you, by the way, for God's sakes, for putting a /S on there for sarcasm, because as someone who's partially autistic, I do not freaking get that at all sometimes. So I really appreciate you. But yeah. So now I will say, if I can, because I'm not I'm not beyond this. I do want to say that it's important to recognize that the ICT concepts guy, I always forget his name, that he did a really good job of taking that concept and repackaging it in a way that many people resonated with. But I think ICT is kind of like ABCD pattern, right? Like ABCD patterns are like lightning bolt patterns. Those are going to appear everywhere. Right. And so will like fair value gaps, right? Fair value gap, then a fair value gap, then a fair value gap, then an inverse one, then a fair value gap, then a fair value gap, then an inverse one, then a fair one, then like why this one here, when, why, how? I mean, it doesn't matter. Like taking those things and it is if you don't put them in the context of aware, it's pointless. But so is like volume and price analysis, right? Like volume and price analysis is very, very useful, but volume and price analysis is a tool of the when, right? It's not really a tool of the where. Like you can use VPA to find wheres, but then you need to watch the where and watch the volume. Like just randomly picking volume is not going to be very useful, right? So like just like playing random patterns won't be useful. Patterns are useful, but they're only useful when placed in the context of the right place on a chart, right? So you got to have your higher time frame, like your larger look on what you're expecting to do where, and then you utilize your patterns. This can be one of the how do I say this correctly without saying it? This can be one of the this can be one of the very this can be one of the oh, how do I say this right? This can be the biggest trap of momentum trading, right? Like you're buying an opening range, right? You're buying an opening range break up or an opening range break down. You're buying a 5-minute ORB, a 5-minute ORB down. Where? Like a 5-minute opening range break up is not a where, it's a when. Right? You know what I'm saying? Does everyone like give me a thumbs up if you get what I'm saying there? Right? These pattern things are only wins. These are price action indicators, right? They're showing you when a thing happens, right? But they aren't where a thing is happening. Like a 5-minute ORB is not a where, right? It's just a when. So a 5-minute ORB, however, is a brilliant thing to use, right? But you should, for instance, like if you were using cams, look for a 5-minute ORB at S3 on a higher, wider range. You have a where, now you have a when, right? That's going to increase your probabilities significantly. But some people come in and they just learn the 5-minute ORB, and then they just apply it in space. And this is like having a really good mining setup for finding gold and then just going out into the middle of desert and starting digging. Like just because you have the best thing and the best equipment does not mean you're going to make money for it if you're not digging in the right place. Right? So you have to establish a where before you can apply whens or hows. Right? Now, once you have the when 5-minute opening range, you have to figure out like, now, how do I manage that? Do I buy it after it breaks on a retest? Do I buy it as it breaks using a value? If it loses value as my exit, am I going to buy premium and use discount as my exit? Like now, how do you manage it? But there's no point to even get there until you figured out where. This is why I highly recommend my book, right? A complete day trading system. It has, as far as I am completely concerned, and I am, it has the best wares, period. They are based on 2-day pivot relationships, and they work amazingly well. So as we lost R3, the reason I waited to short, right? Calculating cams, it looks like your calcs use today's pre-market. I always force the RTH close. But today we're on an RTH day. We're inside the previous day's highs and lows. So we are using RTH data right now. So notice here, we're in a lower, wider range. So this is why I didn't short here. I waited for it to lose R3, and then it pulled back. And then when it made that low, I shorted the low. And then my target was actually ATR low. I thought ATR low today because we tend to trend very well. So, but my technical target is S3. So I made the decision after we hit S3 because this was a very good trade. So I only risked about $250 on this trade and I made over 4K with the stop location where it was at. I was up about 5K here. I went out at about 4 here when it came and took me out at my stop, right? So, and notice I apparently went out where everybody else went out. Look at the technical exit. Look at how much volume came through when I went out. So my exit was the regain of trend after bouncing off of S3 and buying. Those are my 3 conditions in which I need to exit if I don't hit a target, right? My full target was I had decided I was going to go for ATR low, right? So, but my conditions for exit was the loss of trend and buying, right? So now how did I pick my trend? Really easy to do. It's the start of this candle. And then I actually like using volume. So I'm going to use the top of this big green one right there. So you can see here, once we sold, we reclaimed it, offered it a little bit, bounced and started buying. I'm out, right? And since then, it was a perfectly good decision, right? We've stopped moving ever since. And this is a wide range. So I expect to close inside today. So this is done. I was just thinking we could run a little bit further, right? It would have been nice to make like, like $6,000 on this one, but I'll take the 4, right? I also had a nice trade on gold today, which is still going. Unfortunately, we did start buying again and we regained the trend. So I went ahead and exited this one. So this one was a higher, wider range play off of R4. And look at this beauty. Oh man, this one would have been this was going to be a 10K trade. I was going to run ATR low on this one. But I still made a couple grand on this one. So all in all today, I made like over 6K today. And, I'll take it. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Now, I'll let you guys see, I only took 2 trades, right? And they were both very relaxed. Not a lot of ins, not a lot of ins, no partialing, no, just technical in, technical out. If you want my cams, you can find them in TradingView by typing the name. If you want the full versions, go to my Instagram at ThorYoungMA, and you can grab them right there, as well as links to my like for one-on-one sessions and my private mentoring. Nice, Tim. The MBT looked beautiful. I love the short play on this one. It was this pullback right here. I still think MBT can run out ATR low. Are you still holding it? No, did you get out at S6? Nice. Nice. Smart. I like it. It has kind of like lost its juju. The thing I do like though is it like unlike NQ, it didn't engage buying. Like it tried here. You can see they tried to entice, but the response was selling, and now they just can't get more. So this seems like maybe we've exhausted our sellers a little bit, but I'm not seeing the buyers yet. The indicator, so all of my indicators are all coded by me. Well, not by me, by my developer Bruzex, right? So the bottom ones are my ghost candles, right? So these are volume weighted candles, which are the most amazing thing on the planet. So like I'm sorry to be so biased. These things are just the bomb. I'll just show you. So when I draw trend lines, for instance, I love using ghost candles. Because you can use the volume. So like here's my high to start. And then if I'm going to look for my trend, so right there, that's my trend line I actually choose, right? I don't choose this high, even though that is the high. I choose that high because that has the volume on it. This is just BS. They're just faking out. Then look as we offer down. Look at all the offers, and then we buy above it, right? And then we stop moving. But it's not till we break right there that we actually, and look at the reoffer from the top side before we bottom. This one's gold. If you would have put it a little higher, it still would have worked, but it's not as precise. Look how you don't get the reoffer, the bottom part of it. It's just not quite right. That's the right one right there for me. At least that's how I like them. So yeah. Yeah, I'm in on this one a little bit. I Chris, I completely you know that I am going to be the last person in the world to ever, claim anything one way or the other. Like I've been around you for like a half a decade now, I feel like, and I've seen you doing what you're doing the whole time. I know it works. I know it works very, very well for you. I could never do it in a million years. I think for your average trader, I think scalping methodologies are, I'm just recognizing that you're outside the average, my friend. So and good on you for that. And I know there's certainly traders out there that can do it. I highly discourage it, especially for new traders. I think yeah, I know what you're saying, man. So, I just think, it all has a lot to do with our mentalities and like what we can do. Like, I think scalping is just, but everyone gets stressed out differently too, right, Chris? Like one of the things that may happen is like maybe you get more stressed out not doing anything, and I get more stressed out when I do stuff. You know what I mean? So like the more I touch my mouse, the more I interact with the keyboard, the worse I feel like I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like for me, boring is good. Not touching the mouse is good. Not touching the keyboard is good. Not trading is good. You know what I mean? So it's like I've wired my entire nervous system to the direction of not interacting with the market as being a benefit. Right? So the more I touch the market and the more I interact with the market, the less good I feel. Except for like Friday being an instance, right? I actually took 4 trades on Friday. 3 out of 4 all hit. Like one of them was a 7R, one of them was a 6R, one of them was a 4R, and one of them was a loser. Right? So, but that was an instance in which we had expansion, and I recognized the market had a lot of movement in it, right? So I went ahead and leaned in, right? But for me, I don't, I have trouble managing risk at that level. So this is something I've admitted, and Chris can back me up on this. I've admitted I am not a strong price action trader, right? It's the reason why I trade the way I trade, right? I am not a Paris. I am not an Andrew, my God. I'm not a Brian, right? Like I'm like I'm really probably one of the least talented price action traders in all of price actiondom, right? Like I actually kind of suck at it, to be honest. I spent a lot of time trying to develop the ability to read the nuanced market and read absorption in real time and be able to make decisions around that. But whenever it comes down to it, you know what I mean? Whenever it comes down to it, it just, how do I say this right? I I almost quit trading once because I got so frustrated with my inability to read price action. Like, I think I've spoke on this memory, right, to many of you, which was this moment that I sat down at my desk and I said, you know what today I'm going to do? Today, every time I go to take a trade, I'm going to do the opposite. Instead of going long, I'm going to go short. Instead of going short, I'm going to go long. And I had one of the best trading days I had ever had that day. I was so mad because I felt like I felt like I had learned. I felt like I had learned something exactly backwards. And I was like, how on earth am I going to like get past this wild moment in, in which I have now exposed my inability so obviously. It was a tough day. I actually took I think I took like a week off from trading after that day. And it was a very, very hard day. Like I actually kind of get hit a little bit when I think about that day. It was a very, very big day in my trading career. So I had to realize that I had an epiphany actually 3 days later. I was sitting down and I was trying to think of what I'm gonna do. I was putting on TV and then this movie came on. The movie was Moneyball. And I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Moneyball. It's a great movie. Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, hilarious movie. Statistically based movie. Such a great movie. Right? And I realized that maybe you can be a winner even if you're not a winner. And then all of a sudden, my entire philosophy for trading disappeared and reoriented. I also read Tom Hogarth at a similar time period. And I started to realize that, wait, maybe I don't have to be a winner. Maybe I don't have to be a great price action trader. Maybe I can just be the best loser anyone has ever seen. I'm used to losing. I'm good at losing. I've been around losing, I didn't come to day trading because I had some amazing financial career, right? I was an IT guy. I did good. Don't get me wrong. I walked up the ladder a little bit. I did my own small business. I made some good money, humble beginnings, all that, right? But like, I'm not a winner. I wasn't like some big winner, you know what I mean? But I'm a very secure individual. I've always been a very secure person in myself, right? I don't need validation. I don't need to be a winner. You know what I mean? So, but maybe I can be the best loser And that became my new endeavor. So I want to talk to everybody here about a mentality shift. Principles, not rules, right? When you're trading, don't create rules, create principles, things you would never do, not little constraints, right? So my point being, like, if you're in the middle of the woods in the country and you pull up to a red light, will you run the red light? It depends on if you're principled or not. Right? A person of strong moral conviction and principle will not run the red light. It's against the law. Right? It doesn't matter if no one's around. It doesn't matter if it's just you and God gives you permission. You're a person of principle. You will not run that red light. I made a decision. I started off with, I will never lose more than 1 R on any trade that I ever take. I have not violated that principle in well over a half a decade. Right? I don't, you know what I mean? Profit taking, right? If you're going to make money on a trade, how do you make that money on that trade? How do you do it? How do you do it every time? You see, if you're concerned, if you're worrying about it, if there's all this kind of stuff that's going in, it's not a principle, right? It's just rules. It's just boundaries, right? Rules are made to be broken. Principles are set in stone, right? Think about the 10 Commandments. What are the 10 Commandments? They're principles in which to live by, right? Right? Thou shalt not, right? Is how you should be thinking as you're putting your stuff together. Do this and you can lose and win, right? When you lose the exact amount of money you're supposed to lose. When you win, make sure you make more. It's not more complicated than that, but you will make it more complicated, right? So just wanted to kind of speak on that experience a little bit for everybody. I think there are many chat rooms out there in which people are, just here to just call out trades and they're just randomly looking for attention. I think there's people that are out there who are just trying to make money off of you. All that's true. And I think there's a few handfuls of people that are genuinely interested in you becoming a better trader and helping you make money in the market. You know what I mean? Because it is hard. It's not easy. There is no quick fix. But what's crazy about it, the hard part is you will do the most when you do the least. See, this is why so many of you are going to have so much trouble in trading, because you're winners. You've been successful your whole life. You're here from real estate. You're here from business world. You're here because your business kicked butt. You're here you've got a really nice, really expensive car. You've got a big house with all kinds of things. You were a doctor, you were a lawyer, you were a CPA. And you think that because you're really smart and you've made money doing other things, that will translate into an occupation that requires you to be a loser. Right? It's going to challenge every single thing you've ever known about what it is to be a human when you become a stock trader. It will go completely against every natural instinct you have. You have to walk right into danger at all times to hit your profit. It's uncomfortable 24/7 when you're trading, right? Like, you're all hoping there's going to be a point a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, where you're not going to be uncomfortable while you trade. There is no comfortability. There's just principles, right? You can only control yourself. All you can do is be principled, right? You know what I mean? This is what real trading sounds like. Okay? It's just real, it's real stuff. This is how you make money. If you don't have a 200, if you don't have a $1 million account, this is how you make money in the market realistically. Do you know what my comms were today on the amount of money I made? Less than $10. I mean, it's, 5K, less than $10 worth of commissions. All it took was the one entry, right? We're in. When we lose momentum, we're out. There will be uncomfortability every day. Trading itself, believe it or not, trading itself is actually kind of easy. Being a trader is hard as right? Trading is not. Trading's buy low, sell high, buy low. It's really easy. Being a trader is hard because you have to do the same thing over and over again, the same way, right? You have to execute rigorously. Any behavioral slippage at any point in time, right? You erode your profits. If you erode your profits and your losses stack, you lose the attritional battle, right? That is the attritional battle. You know what I mean? So when we talk about the attritional battle, right? So how many traders in here right now? Give me a number, give me a number 3 just for something a little spicy. Give me a number 3 if you're a trader, you're in here and you are green or just barely red, and you have been for quite some time. By quite some time, I mean 6 months to a year. But I mean, even a couple months. But yeah, let's say like you're not losing money anymore. You're here, you're flat. But you're flat, and you've been flat for a long time, and you're getting really bored with it. Four days, and then I have pretty large loss. So just ask, yep. So I'll make 200 and lose 200. That's a perfect example. Not bored's good. I'm glad you're not bored. It's okay. We don't need to worry about grammar here. I suck at it. Okay. Here's what I want to tell you. You are good at this. Like if you're not losing money, you're good at this. Right? The market's hard. Managing positions, reading, buying and selling, VPA, technical analysis, watch lists, booting up your computer in the morning. Like this crap's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard. If you're not losing money right now, you're actually probably pretty good at this. You've learned something technical. You've figured something out. You've got a strategy that is likely working or producing in some fashion, right? But you are losing the attritional battle. You are not a good enough loser. When you lose, you are losing too much, or when you win, you are winning too little. I know you're going to want me to give you some crazy thing. It's it. Right? So for instance, if you have a 50-50 hit rate, right, and every time you get to 2-1, you're taking half off and then stopping out the rest before hitting 4-1 on every trade, you're not making money. Right? You cannot make money in that capacity. It's not possible. Right? You can't run a 50-50 hit rate with a 2-1 profit ratio and make money. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm going to take a 2-second second here. Chris, my buddy, can you do me a small favor? I'm starting to lose the conversations I'm having with other people, and I love you very much. You know I do, but this room is not here. It is not your trade room. Right. So it's the Bearable Traders trade room, and I love that you're participating, and I do not want to discourage that. My ADHD just can't keep up, especially now that you have a bright green thing, which I love that you're like garbage trucks and Lambos, and I love that too, but I lose the C. Like right now, if you look at the chat right now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Chris MCs and only one T trader, one life, and then that's it. So you're completely occupying the entire chat. So I just don't want you to get like throttled. You know what I mean? Which like might be a thing at some point in the future. Thank you. Love you. So it's just too much. So, but I love it all. I love it. I love you. It's just, I just can't keep up. And we were going for about 15 minutes strong there of just straight occupying the chat. Okay. Over it, moving. So if we, so back to it. So yeah, so you're probably really, really good at this, right? But what has happened is you're now losing the attritional battle here. So you're break even, right? So something has to change here, right? You have to either lose less often, lose less often, or we need to make more often, right? But if you keep like at 2-1, so let's start at 2-1, 50-50 at 2-1 is break even, right? I showed you guys this chart. We had a little bit of a math argument on it last week, but you know, we'll just, even if it's just not perfect, which we recognize it's not perfect, maybe. You know, you can see at 2-1 at a 50-50 hit rate, you know what I mean? You're just barely profitable. But no, even at 2-1 at a 50-50 hit rate, a 2-1 is just barely profitable, right? So at 40% hit rate, you'll basically be break even, but at 50%, you're just barely profitable at 2-1. So when I say barely profitable, I mean like once you factor in your comms, you're not making money. You know what I mean? 1-to-1's 50% straight up break even. Right? At 1-to-1, nothing. Right? Going for 1-to-1s is the worst idea that anyone has ever come up with in the history of all things. Right? I don't, in order to be successful with a 1-on-1 at any capacity, you would need to run north of 3/4 of a hit rate. Very few people, and it would be full target hits as well, not even partial hits, right? Because most people, you got to remember, for a 1-to-1 to be viable, you would likely use a very wide profit target. You know what I mean? So you'd have to really like focus on that. So, but notice what happens when you start to move out towards 4-to-1 and 5-to-1. Right? You start being able to run significantly lower hit rates, right? But in order to do that, you have to do what? You got to hold longer, right? Corey, I love you for saying this, right? Me too. Me too. Okay. If some of my mentees were in here, but some of the old BBT members will vouch for me. I showed everyone a report like years ago. I had an entire green year. I ran like an 85% hit rate to like 90% hit rate. I had an entire green, like over a green year, actually. It was like 1 year, 1 month or something like that. I had an entire green year, no red days. You know how much money I made that year? Not a lot. Not a lot. I averaged a little over an R a day. But I had green. Yeah, Corey, you were there for a lot of that, right? But I had green all the time. Ooh, so fun, green. No, and I wasn't bag holding either, Milton. It wasn't bag holding. It was not taking losses. And on the other drive, I would get in, it would pop in 2R. So this is the thing a lot of people don't understand with profit taking and partially. Right. I mean, it's easy math, but I forget it myself sometimes. Like or I used to. Now I don't. Right. So like if you're looking at like let's say you get in here. Ooh, that's not gonna work. Like say you get in here, right? And this is like 1R, right? Is this distance from this price to this price, right? That's 1R. Now let's say you go up to here, right? And that's going to be your 4R, right? This is 2R, that's 4R. If you go along here with this being 1R and you take half off here, sorry, let's do this as 3R, 3R, 4R. Right? If you take half off here, that's going to net you 1R, right? But now in order to get another 1R, you need to get to 4R. Right? So if you drop the whole position here, that would be 2R. So you'd make 3R total at 4R distance. Right? But you won't. You're going to drop half here too. Right? So that'll end up being 1R. And now to get to another multiple, you need to get to 8R. And a lot of people getting 8R trades on the, at like a high enough viability to be considered in the 2-to-1 to 3-to-1 range? No, not really. Right? So now, do you have trades that if you had left them alone would have hit 8R? There's just not as many of them. And that answer is yes. So there's only 2 ways to get there, right? If you're gonna run a low hit rate like 20%, then you're gonna need to hold for larger trades. But this is why I settled in on around that kind of this sweet spot, if you will, of this like 4-to-1 area here, because I still tend to oscillate between 40 and 50% at 4-to-1. And then I allow myself to go for bigger targets. Now, here's something else I do that's a little different. So I don't accept full risk anymore either. So for instance, when I went short here, right, when I went short in here, my $500 risk on this trade was up here when my bracket hit. I didn't risk $500 on this trade though. Right? I went ahead and pulled my stop all the way down to right here. Right? Because since this was making a new low, if this comes up and buys that high, I don't need to hold for $500 loss to know I'm wrong. Right? I know I'm wrong if I go through here. So I have a max loss, but I don't have to hit my max loss. But I still went for a multiple. Right? I mean, it's a 4K trade, even on 500. That's a very lovely trade. I mean, my full target was like right here. So, and I still made more money than I made on my full target. So I gave myself an opportunity to see if this one would run out ATR low. But I covered it when it lost trend and then started buying again because that's my exit signals. Covered trend and started buying again. I'm out. Right? I'm reading your book. Once I have premium account on TradingView, how do I get the cams? Just go to my Instagram. There's a link on there that'll take you to all of them. Or type them in to TradingView. Apple. Is it good to partial 50% at 1 hour, move stop to break even? No. Beth, I would not do that. So I don't partial at all, Beth. So I'm gonna get in trouble. Look, I don't partial at all. Look, 1 in, 1 out. So hmm. I used to partial. It's why I didn't make money. Partialing for me, and I know this is not necessarily true, so please don't like throw this in with everybody's category. Partialing for me feels a lot like you don't know what you're doing. It just doesn't feel like you know what your objectives are, where you're at in the chart, what the bigger picture is, like what things are going on. It's just momentum. Yeah, you don't really have any expectation for how far it could go. You're just kind of getting in and getting out as fast as you get into. I get it. And if you didn't do that, you'd make more money, Chris. So, you know what I mean? The partials will never increase the amount of money you make. You dilute your profit, you do not dilute your loss. It's just math. Partials are to lock in profit in case of it turning around and going against you. That means that you don't have a directional bias. Right? Like you don't know where the chart is, where it's going. You should be getting out because of a technical level, not because the price changed. Like a technical level being like the loss of some kind of significant like area of interest, a big order, value, central pivot, previous day's close, pre-market high, pre-market low. You know what I mean? Nah, it's not scalping. Scalpers don't just because you're scalping doesn't mean you're just buying in the middle of nowhere. Scalpers use levels, like Chris uses levels. Scalpers just generically have very, very tight entries and very tight exits. But most scalpers that I know, other than Chris, don't partial. They just get in, they hit it, it goes up, they get out, full value in, full value out. There's no reasonable expectation it's going to go further. If you had that expectation, you would just hold it. Right? So the fact that I just don't understand why partial. So again, and we can talk about this more tomorrow, maybe. For me, I understand that you're locking in profit, but why lock in profit? Like if you're going to how do I explain Andrew? I think Andrew is a momentum trader. I do believe he would make more money if he didn't partial. So, but you know, but that doesn't matter. It's all about his mentality and how he can hold, right? And how he can handle his risk metrics. Right. I've seen Andrew hit the bottom of some of the biggest rallies I've ever seen in my life. If he had have only just not touched his position, he would have made 3 times the amount of money, but he's got his own psychology that he has to work. You know, he has his own psychology he has to focus on. And that's very, very important. Right. But it's a psychological focus, not a fundamental focus. Right. It's not the best way to make money. And it's certainly not but it is the way to lock in profit. But for me, I don't get out of positions because the price comes against me. I get out of positions because they hit my stop loss, right? The range loss is what tells me I'm wrong, not that it didn't like. So I know I have to close out because it's 12. Let me close on this. I do not understand the reason why a price that I was willing to buy before is no longer a good price for me to be willing to buy again, just because we've reapproached it from the top side or the bottom. You know what I mean? If anything, the reoffer from the top side is the advantaged time to buy, right? So if anything, I would look for an add there, not a sell. So people are often selling and getting out of the best moment to buy in order to sell the worst moment to buy. So just keep that in mind. The more money you will make in the market, I assure you, you will do it when you do the least amount of work, at least in my system, which is why we're here from 11 to 12. So I hope you all have a great rest of your trading day. I will see you all on tomorrow. Some more pro tips from this crazy guy you come to hang out with. I appreciate you all, every one of you. Much love. And if you need anything, always let me know. So I'll talk to you soon. And keep it green. Maybe.
Oh, sorry, man. I was just sitting here. I got distracted, lost track of time.
Like,
I'm here. I'm here.
He's saying good stuff in here. That's nice. I like it. That's nice. Oh shoot, buttons.
Let's go. Have a good one, guys.